Another absolutely great day of action here for the second heat session of the 2025-2026 Mattioli Victorian Age Long Course Championships. Once again, those distance races were absolutely fantastic. Matthew Moran and Cody Sade in that 800. They had a great battle yesterday in the 1500. I think it may have been top today, going down to the final stroke in the 1500 in that 16-year-old category. And then Erika in that also couldn't break in getting close to that 9-minute mark, and she took out the gold medal in her age category as we head towards the afternoon with some highlights in our shorter distance races.
Yeah, we had some really fast heat swims, particularly a record broken in the boys 450 metre butterfly, and I think we're going to see a faster swim tonight. So that was inside Israel. I don't think it's going to all just go nicely his way. That one's going to be a really close swim. Also really looking forward to the girls' 16-year-old 200 metre backstroke to see if Jessie Steinman can look off those Olympic athletes and take away a gold medal there. She looked very comfortable, really worked the walls, which I love to see this morning. I can't wait to see what they can do. We have some incredible swims lined up for you. Good luck to all our athletes tonight.
Victorian Age Long Course Championships.
Introducing the finalists for Event 23, the girls' 12-year-old 200-metre individual medley. In lane 0, from Yarra Plenty Waves, Charlotte Ford. In lane 1, from Yarra Plenty Waves, Lexi Tao. In lane 2, from Nana Aquapower, Amber Liu. In lane 3, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Taylor Holt. In lane 4, from Phoenix Aquatics, April Lin. In lane 5, from Japan, Rina Kano. In lane 6, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Victoria Dang. In lane 7, from MLC Aquatic, Catherine Liu. In lane 8, from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Jie Li. In lane 9, from Laventon Wyndham Aquatics, Claire Danny. These are your finalists for Event 23, the girls' 12-year-old 200-metre individual medley.
We're in the water for the opening event of the finals action. Taylor Holt there in lane number 3 had the best start off the blocks. Lexi Teo also out there in lane number 1 had a good start, but it's April Lin in lane number 4 who has taken the lead early down this first lap.
Yeah, it certainly was our visitors swimming out of lanes 4 and 5 who set the pace in the heats this morning. The Victorian girls a little bit of work to do in this final if they want to match the pace set by April in a 2:34, as we saw her swim earlier today. She's gone out very nicely here, turning in a 32.12 ahead of Victoria Dang in second, and it's Taylor Holt and Amber Liu over in third.
Yeah, really strong turn there from April Lin, able to extend her lead out to 3/4 of a body length as we're coming down halfway through this lap. Also coming through there in lane number 6 is Victoria Dang, who's had a really good start to this backstroke leg.
Yeah, it's a very controlled and smooth backstroke here from Victoria. She's made up a little bit of ground on April as we come into the possibly one of the more important transitions in our 200 IM from backstroke into our breaststroke. We'll see if some of our breaststroke girls can make up a little bit of ground through this third 50. It will still be April out in front of Victoria, and now Lexi Teo moves into that third place spot.
Yeah, Victoria Dang was coming up on the tail of April Lynn then, but now sort of faded a little bit with April Lynn having a really good breaststroke leg, and you said how important it is, and this can define a race, and we're seeing here April Lynn really kick away here with leading by more than a body length from Victoria Dang in lane 6, and then it's across the pool for that third position.
Yeah, now remember we have our visitor medals as well as our Victorian medalists here too. So all of these girls are really trying to fight for a spot on that podium as April turns for the 50-metre freestyle leg of the IM. She's clearly out in front. It's Victoria Dang in second and Rena Kao in third, another visitor. So that fourth, fifth and sixth, who are all separated by about half a second now, are fighting for that silver Victorian medal and third. So there's a silver and a bronze easily on the line here.
Yeah, and lane number 2 over there coming through really strong is Amber Liu, who's coming into that conversation. It is April Lynn who will touch first here. Victoria Dang leading the way for the Victorians. We said that there is a lot on the line here. We have got Amber Liu now coming through, who will look to take that second spot for the Victorian one there after finishing fourth, and Lexi Teo in third spot there.
Yeah, stellar swim from all the girls to kick us off underway, our first event of the finals tonight.
Introducing the finalists for event 24, the boys 12-year-old 200-metre individual medley. In lane 0 from the Hobart Aquatic Club, Luca Mignanelli. In lane 1 from Leventon Wyndham Aquatics, Leonardo Hernandez. In lane 2 from Miss Swimming Club, Josh Coe. In lane 3 from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Thomas Grasso. In lane 4 from Wodonga City Swimming Club, Billy Main. In lane 5 from Haileybury Swim Club, Yi Yang. In lane 6 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Tommy Zhao. In lane 7 from Caulfield Aquatics, Gary Wang. In lane 8 from Yarra Plenty Waves, George Zhang. And in lane 9 from Tiger Shark Swimming Club, Lucas Yu. These are your finalists for event 24, the boys 12-year-old 200-metre individual medley.
Into the water now with our boys 12-year-old for the 200 IM, and a close swim on paper here from those middle lanes. They've got a gap of about 5 seconds on the rest of the field. We'll see if anyone can challenge them throughout. As we look across the pool at the start, it will be Billy Main in lane 4 with a narrow lead ahead of Yi Yang.
Yeah, Billy Main, who is the fastest qualifier from this morning. It's going to be a touch on the wall, though, here at the first turn, and it is Billy Main who touches first, just ahead of Yi Yang. In third is Thomas Grasso, who will have to make up some time from this morning if he wants to stick with these two in the middle here, and it is that contest between those two swimmers in the yellow lanes. Billy Main there still holding that lead over Yi Yang.
Yeah, we saw Billy really attack the first 100 in this 200 IM this morning, and I think a few people were expecting the breaststroke leg maybe for him to come a little bit unstuck, but he held his ground and held on to be the fastest qualifier into this final. He's looking to do the same or the similar swim tonight. He's taken it out in a 106.91 ahead of Yi Yang in second, 108.07, and it's Thomas Grasso sitting in third, just ahead of Josh Coe. So lanes 3 and 2 are next in line for those medals.
Yeah, and those first two have been able to extend that lead on the turn there, with Billy Main still able to keep that lead going here. But it is a battle, though, for those minor spots now, with Thomas Grasso still in that third spot. But coming up in lane number 6 is Tommy Zhao. So there is some competition there, but it is Billy Main still leading the way here from Yi Yang.
So the boys now coming into turn for their final 50 of freestyle. Billy maybe just extending that lead ever so slightly, and we'll probably see it gain a little bit more distance as we come into the freestyle leg. He'll lead us through ahead of Ye Yang with Thomas Grasso in third. Now a little bit more separating himself from Tommy Zhao, and down this final lap, it looks like our medalists may be pretty secure. We'll keep an eye on the times. What can the boys do here? They came into this race just over the 2:30 mark, and we'll be hoping to see them break that time tonight.
Yeah, Thomas Grasso, they're coming home very strongly here in this back half of the race. Billy Main still ahead there. The other two are coming at him, but he is going to hold on to get the win here in a 2:29.41. Ye Yang was second, and Thomas Grasso in third spot with a time of 2:31.31.
Introducing the finalists for event 25, the girls' 13-year-old 50-metre backstroke. In lane 0 from Henley and Grange, Chloe Batalana. In lane 1 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Anna Kang. In lane 2 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Jemana Farmi. In lane 3 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Ada Jinjin Zhuang. In lane 4 from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Aria Wendt. In lane 5 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Zoe Clemenson. In lane 6 from Camberwell Grammar Aquatic, Kira Stubbings. In lane 7 from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Amelie Dior Velichkovsky. In lane 8 from Geelong Swimming Club, Lee Wen New. And in lane 9 from HC Swim Club, Neve Keller. These are your finalists for event 25, the girls' 13-year-old 50-metre backstroke.
Now in the water for the 13-year-old girls, a 50 a backstroke here with a strong start underwater there in lane number 5 from Zoe Clemenson, who's leading as we come halfway down this pool. Starting to come strongly at her. Next to her is Kira Stubbings, but it's still Clemenson leading the way here. Now coming home strong is Aria Wendt in lane number 4. It's the middle two lanes there. It's still Clemenson who is in the lead there from Stubbins. It's going to be those two that it comes to the wall here, and it is going to be Zoe Clemenson who leads from start to finish in the time of 30.61, touching out Kira Stubbins in 30.89, and third was Aria Wendt in 30.90.
We have an infraction report for event number 24, lane 5. Swimmer in lane 5 initiated a start before the signal. That's event number 24, lane 5. Introducing the finalists for event number 26, the boys' 13-year-old 50-metre backstroke. In lane 0 from Caulfield Aquatics, Oscar Zhu. In lane 1 from Wodonga City, Cooper Scott. In lane 2 from HC Swim Club, Max Street. In lane 3, from Emmanuel, Blake Allen. In lane 4, from South Gippsland, Archie Smith. In lane 5, from Western Aquatic Academy, Ethan Carr. In lane 6, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Harry Calgaris. In lane 7, from MLC Aquatic, Fraser Blair. In lane 8, from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Peter Kim. And in lane 9, from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Sean Wang. These are your finalists for event 26, the boys 13-year-old 50-metre backstroke.
Away we go now, the 13-year-old boys, 50 metres backstroke. Great start there in lane 5 by Ethan Carr. Keep an eye on that centre lane. Archie Smith hovering around that 28.0. Can we see some 27s across this field tonight? The boys out in the front are stroke for stroke with 15 metres left to swim. Archie just moves his way ahead of Ethan as we come down under the flags. The fight for third well and truly on as well. 28.04 will take that one out. Archie Smith ahead of Ethan Carr, 28.63, with Blake Allen, our third place getter, and Harry Kalurgis finishing in third for the Victorians.
Introducing the finalists for event 27, the girls' 14-year-old 200-metre breaststroke. In lane 0 from MLC Aquatic, Matilda Young. In lane 1 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Maisie Graves. In lane 2 from Yarra Plenty Waves, Renee Lister. In lane 3 from Bendigo East, Mila Abley. In lane 4 from MLC Aquatic, Lucy Reed. In lane 5 from Yarra Plenty Waves, Tess Izzard. In lane 6, from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Amelia Grover. In lane 7, from Furbank Aquastars, Charlotte Kelly. In lane 8, from Geelong Swimming Club, Arabella Johnson. And in lane 9, from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Marissa Batskidianis. These are your finalists for event 27, the girls' 14-year-old 200-metre breaststroke.
In the water for the 200-metre breaststroke for girls 14-year-old, and it's an even start here across the pool, probably lane 4 and 5 there. Lucy Reed and Tess Izzard leading the way early on there. Also having a good start is Charlotte Kelly in lane number 7.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be a really interesting race. There's quite a few different race strategies across this field. We saw a few of these girls take it out very quickly in the first 100, and then you have a couple of these athletes who really push through on that third 50. So one of those being Tess Izzard, who's sitting in about 4th place spot now, but we saw her come through in the second half of the race, so keep an eye on that. As we turn at the 50-metre mark, Charlotte Kelly will lead us through in a 36.11 ahead of Lucy Reed, our quickest qualifier fire in a 36.41, with Miller Abley sitting in third, 36.62.
Yeah, Charlotte Kelly really built into that first lap in the start of this one, but coming through now is Lucy Reid, who had a really good turn in her first part of this second lap here, and it is Lucy Reid who is in front now in lane number 4. She had a sensational second 25 metres here, so she will look to touch the wall there ahead of Charlotte Kelly.
So it will be going around. Lucy Reid, 116.48, ahead of Charlotte Kelly, 117.57, and Miller still holds on to that third place spot with about 6 of the girls in this heat turning sub 120, so setting themselves up nicely. But as I said earlier, watch out for the girls in the middle. They're starting to shift gears now.
Yeah, Tess Izzard is one of them, and now she's likely up to second here behind Lucy Reid, and is catching her in the middle 2 lanes. So it is Reid leading in lane 4, then you've got Izzard and Kelly up behind her, and then out in third place fourth place is Miller Abley. So we're coming into the turn here at the wall. It is Lucy Reid in a 1:58.18. Tess Izzard did turn in second in a 2:10, and then in third spot Miller Abley has overtaken Charlotte Kelly. So we've got a race on here. Lucy Reid though still hot lead in the way in this one. Got a body length lead here on Izzard, who is coming hard in this back 25 meets back 50. Also looking strong, Kelly coming back into this race, but it is Lucy Reid who is holding in front here. She's looking strong with the chasing pack behind her. So it's going to be Lucy Reid still in front here as we come down underneath the flags. Lucy Reid's going to be able to hold on here to take the win in this one in a 2:40.80. Tess Izzard comes second in a 2:42.95. Charlotte Kelly, who had a sensational start, finishes in third in a 2:44.15.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the winner of the 200-metre breaststroke for our girls 14-year-olds, Lucy Reid. Lucy, congratulations. Talk to me about that swim. You went in ranked fastest. It's always that little bit of extra pressure. You had quite a big and busy field of pretty solid breaststrokers there. What was your focus coming into tonight's final?
I think mainly just focusing on myself. I think it's easy to get caught up in everyone else. So I was really, because usually I have Lucy next to me and everything. So I was first final in lane 4, so I was really scared. But yeah, just focusing on myself.
Now you come into this race, the 200. It's a bit of a daunting one, the longest race we do in breaststroke. What's kind of going through your mind as you're turning at that third 50? I'm sure there's a little bit of pain. How do you keep focused mentally at that point of the race?
I think I just tell myself it's almost over and I've only got the last 50. So like the faster I go, the sooner I finish.
Now, I'm sure you've got plenty more events on your program. Do you want to talk to us about what's coming up next for you? Because you've got 1 gold medal now, and I'm sure we want to see you have a bit of a collection by the end of this week. What's the next focus for Lucy Reid?
I think the next main one is 4 IMs tomorrow night. I've got 50 free as well, and then 100 breasts and lots of backstroke as well.
Awesome, and congratulations on your gold medal tonight, and best of luck for the rest of your races.
Thank you.
Announcing the medalists for event 23, the girls 12-year-old 200-metre IM. Winner of the bronze Victorian medal, Lexi Tao from Yarra Plenty Waves. Winner of the bronze medal, visitor from Japan, Rina Kano. Winner of the silver Victorian medal from Nana Aqua Power, Amber Liu. Winner of the gold medal for Victoria, Melbourne Swimming Club, Victoria Zhang. And winner of the gold visitor medal from Phoenix Aquatics, New Zealand, April Lin. Announcing the medalists for event 24, the boys 12-year-old 200-metre IM. Winner of the bronze medal from Nunawading Swimming Club, Tommy Zhao. Winner of the silver medal from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Thomas Grasso. And winner of the gold medal from Wodonga City Swimming Club in a time of 2:31.32, Billy Main. Announcing the medalists for event 25, the girls 13-year-old 50-metre backstroke. Winner of the bronze medal from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Aria Went. Winner of the silver medal from Camberwell Grammar Aquatic, Kira Stubbings. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 31.43 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Zoe Clemenson. Introducing the finalists for event 28, the boys 14-year-old 200-metre breaststroke. In lane 0 from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Aston Wilson. In lane 1 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Kai Witt. In lane 2 from Ivanhoe Swim, Andrew Spencer. In lane 3 from Camberwell Grammar Aquatic, Quinn Richards. In lane 4 from Phoenix Aquatics, New Zealand, Michael Yang. In lane 5 from Japan, Kaito Hirakawa. In lane 6 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Jaden Zhang. In lane 7 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Hang Tang Wang. In lane 8 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Adriano Mariani. And in lane 9 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Benjamin Shang. These are your finalists for event 28, the boys 14-year-old 200-metre breaststroke.
Underway now with the boys' 14-year-old 200-metre breaststroke. We saw some great performances out of our girls, some nice drops in time from our heats this morning. Let's see what we have on the cards here. Quinn Richards in lane 3 got away very swiftly down that first 25, already gaining himself almost a full body length lead out in front. Looks like it's going to be Jaden Zhang sitting in second, and not far behind him, Kaito Hirakawa.
Yeah, it's been a really strong start there from Quinn Richards, who turns in a 31.64, nearly 2 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack there. In a second spot, as you said, it was Jaden Zhang. Third was Kyoto Harakei in the middle lanes there, who are starting to come through, but it's still Quinn Richards with a really strong first 100 metres here. He's extended his lead probably to a body and a half as he's coming down to the back half of this first half of the race.
Yeah, we know how Quinn has that early speed. He does claim a few, Victorian records in some of our sprint events. He'll turn in first at the halfway point. Very solid, 107.40, setting himself up nicely. If I just take a look at that Victorian record there at a 219.73. Sitting in second now is Michael Yang. He had a very quick second 50, and he's starting to pull up alongside Quinn, using that back end speed now. So we see those different strategies and approaches starting to play out within our field. field.
Yeah, definitely. Michael Young really coming into this race now and closing that gap on Richards there. He's now clear in second spot there. In third, we have Harakai. And then in fourth spot is Jaden Zeng, who's trying to stick with them, but it's still going to be a body length lead here for Richards as he turns at the 150 metre mark. It's whether he's going to be able to hold off here with Michael Young coming hard at him.
Yeah, it was a quick lap by Michael Yang, but Quinn had a bit of a look almost on the turn and saw him coming, and he's really starting to pull away once again. It looks like those top three quite comfortably out in front now. So Quinn Richards comes under that 15-metre false start rope, almost into the wall. That time starting to tick away. It's going to be a great swim, though, from Quinn Richards, who leads start to finish to take out the boys' 14-year-old 200-metre breaststroke in a 2:23.11 ahead of Michael Yang, 2:26.42, and Kato Hirakawa, 2:26.75. Our second place Victorian will go to Jaden Zeng, and then Andrew Spencer over in lane 2 will pick up a bronze medal as well.
Announcing the medalists for event 26, the boys' 13-year-old 50-metre backstroke. Winner of the bronze Victorian medal from Nunawading Swimming Club, Harry Calgaris. Winner of the bronze visitor medal from Emmanuel, Blake Allen. Winner of the silver medal from Western Aquatic, Ethan Carr. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 28:04 from South Gippsland, Archie Smith.
It's also working up there, but...
Announcing the medalists for event 27, the girls' 14-year-old 200-metre breaststroke. Winner of the bronze medal from Furbank Aquastars, Charlotte Kelly. Winner of the silver medal from Yarra Plenty, Tess Izzard. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 2:40.80 from MLC Aquatic, Lucy Reid. Introducing the finalists for event 29, the girls' 15-year-old 200-metre individual medley. In lane 0 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Lily Chan. In lane 1 from Swimming SA, Jasmine Linky. In lane 2 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Madison Brown. In lane 3 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Wei Lan Truong. In lane 4 from Swimming SA, Emily Daunt. In lane 5 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Keela Enters. In lane 6 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Kira Jeffs. In lane 7 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Zoe Gant. In lane 8 from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Hannah Ristig. And in lane 9 from Ballarat Swimming Club, Hannah Buchanan. These are your finalists for event 29, the girls' 15-year-old 200-metre individual medley.
We're in the water here for the 200 metres medley for the girls 15-year-olds here, and starting really strong there in lane number 6 is Kira Jeffs. Was strong out of the blocks there, as was Hannah Buchanan in lane number 9 here. So those two as we're leading in the back half of this first 50.
Yeah, it certainly looked to me in the heats this morning. There are a few athletes just holding off their full potential, and I think Kira certainly was one of them. The freestyle 50 from her at the back half of this race looked very, very relaxed. So I'm expecting her to go quite a little bit faster in tonight's final. She's going to lead us through after the butterfly in a 30.23 ahead of Kayla, 30.83, and Emily Daunt in lane 4. She's sitting in third now. Remember, she had a stellar breaststroke leg from her, so we'll look to see if she can close the gap that's being set early on here by Kira.
Yeah, Kira extending her lead here in the back half of this backstroke out to a body length lead here, and then it's pretty even across the pool there. Kira enters also looking strong now, coming through in lane number 5, but it is Kira Jeffs who touches in a 1:06.85. In the second, over in lane number 2 is Madison Brown, and then in third spot is Emily Daunt, so not much between the rest of the pack there.
As we're already seeing Emily start to push through that field. She went in third, she popped out second. She's now taken her way into that first place spot ahead of Kira. Madison Brown did have a great backstroke. She's trying to hold on throughout this breaststroke leg, but Kayla's starting to work her way up right alongside Kira Jeffs now. So they're going to be the ones who are fighting it out for that gold medal for the Victorians. But what a breaststroke swim here from Emily Daunt.
Yeah, the South Australians really taking control of this race, and it's been a sensational breaststroke leg, and now leads into this freestyle lead leg by more than 2 body lengths. But that battle for second and the Victorian title is on here between Enters and Jeffs. There's not much between the two of them in lane 5 and 6.
Yeah, certainly the race is going to come down to this last 25 between Kira and Kayla, the two girls from Nunawading. Stroke for stroke, they have made up a little bit of ground on Emily Daunt from the beginning of this 50 freestyle, but it will not be enough to take over the win overall. 221.79 for Emily Daunt. Kira Jeffs, first Victorian to touch 224.50, ahead of Kayla 225.40, and then that bronze medal, a well-fought last 50 by Madison Brown.
Announcing the medalists for event 28, the boys 14-year-old 200-metre breaststroke. Winner of the bronze medal, Andrew Spencer. Winner of the silver medal from Nunawading, Jaden Zhang. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 2:23.11 from Camberwell Grammar Aquatic, Quinn Richards. Introducing the finalists for event 30, the boys 15-year-old 200-metre individual medley. In lane 0 from Nunawading, Yi Jin Jiang. In lane 1 from Nunawading, Byron Gang. In lane 2 from Ivanhoe Swim, Leon Vidal. In lane 3 from Caulfield Aquatics, Xavier Eagle. In lane 4 from Westside Christchurch Aquatic, Georgian Galvin. In lane 5 from MLC Aquatic, Harold Zhu. In lane 6 from Emmanuel, Isaac Allen. In lane 7 from Ivanhoe Swim, Kaisei Kojima. In lane 8 from St Kevin's College Swimming Club, Hamish Davin. And in lane 9 from Bayside Swimming Club, Ayan Gusini. These are your finalists for event 30, the boys 15-year-old 200-metre individual medley.
away and racing now with the boys. 15-year-old 200-metre individual medley. And what a field we have. A show certainly in store for you guys in this event. It will be Harold Zhu who leads us at the halfway point through the butterfly ahead of George Galvin, and a quick start out in lane 7 by Kaisei Kojima also.
Yeah, it was definitely a nice start in the middle of the pool there, and coming through strongly though was Kojima, who does touch him first. Their second is Harold Zhu, and then third Hamish Darvin in lane 8. So a lot of the action on this side of the pool here. It's now fairly even in the middle of the pool. Lane 5 there, Harold Zhu looking very strong, and coming up in lane number 6, it's one of our visitors in Isaac Allen, who's probably slightly leading in the battle there between lanes 5, 6 and 7.
Yeah, certainly the better of the backstrokers is Isaac Allen in lane 6. He's taken that first 50 out in that 5th place spot and moved his way into the lead within the backstroke leg, just ahead of Harold sitting in 2nd and Kaisei in 3rd. But the far side of the pool, that lake side, is certainly where the breaststrokers are sitting, and they're already starting to close that gap pretty quickly here.
Yeah, George Galvin in lane number 4 and Xavier Eagle in lane number 3 are both coming up strongly here. Still leading the way though is Isaac Allen, but I think it's Xavier Eagle who is making the most inroads in this third 50 here. He's coming up towards the front here, and there's not much between the first 4, so it is going to be Isaac Allen and Xavier Eagle coming up to the wall here. Touching first was Eagle, who had a sensational breaststroke leg.
Yeah, it was a great swim from Xavier Eagle in lane 3. He led through on the turn, but an incredible underwater there from Harold Zhu pushes his way back into the lead, with George Galvin now battling it out for that gold medal onto the podium. If Harold finishes first, he'll claim a gold, with George getting the silver. As we come down under the flags, it is stroke for stroke. Harold looks like he might just have the slight advantage. He gets there. Harold Zhu, 212.73, ahead of George Galvin, 212.84. Xavier Eagle picks up the silver for the Victorians, with Kaisei Kojima getting the bronze. We're just currently consulting our Hawkeye system, one of our incredible technological feats we have in place at these championships. To make these results official, we'll be taking a look over that swim there. We use our Hawkeye technology to support our accurate timing and fair officiating as we await these results.
Announcing the medalists for event 29, the girls' 15-year-old 200-metre individual medley. Winner of the bronze medal from Nunawading, Madison Brown. Winner of the silver medal from Nunawading, Keela enters. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 2:24.50 from Nunawading, Kira Jeffs. Introducing the finalists for event 31, the girls' 16-year-old 100-metre breaststroke. In lane 0 from Nunawading, Amy Pruis. In lane 1 from Warragul, Isabel Nash. In lane 2 from Ballarat, Alla Matters. In lane 3 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Grace Doby. In lane 4 from South Gippsland, Claudia Croato. In lane 5 from Launceston Aquatic Club, Olivia Hines. In lane 6 from Melton Swimming Club, Chloe Burke. In lane 7 from Geelong Swimming Club, Memphis Johnson. In lane 8 from Essendon District Aquatic, Angelina Newen. And in lane 9 from Nunawading, Zoe Fabra. These are your finalists for event 31, the girls' 16-year-old 100-metre breaststroke.
We're now in the water for the 100-metre breaststroke. A girls, 16-year-old here. So we've got the 2 laps, and it's the middle of the pool that started really strongly here. Lane number 5, Olivia Hines, who is one of our visitors, has had a strong start. But also looking good is Angelina Nugent in lane number 8. So not much between the pool here, probably lane 5 and 8 leading late early on.
Yeah, Angelina Nguyen out in lane 8 certainly had one of the better of the split strokes. She really used the distance that she got off the wall and off that start. But coming through at the 50-metre turn, it will be Olivia Hines who leads us in a 34.90 ahead of Claudia Corrado, who had a brilliant and blistering second 50 earlier on, and she's already trying to pick up that pace and pick up that speed. Chloe Burke doing the same. She's trying to come up alongside Olivia Hines from lane 6. And those 3 girls in the centre, they're going to be the ones to beat with 25 metres left to swim.
Yeah, they both had really good turns and then launched into this back 50 metres. And as you said, not much between the 3 of them heading into this last 25 metres. Both Corrado and Burke have overtaken Hines as we come into the back part here. It is going to be Corrado who is going to touch the first here with a 1:14.6. In second is Chloe Burke in a 1:15.08. Touching third was Grace Dobby, who had a very good ending to that race.
Announcing the medalists for event 30, the boys' 15-year-old 200-metre individual medley. Winner of the bronze medal from Ivanhoe Swim, Kaisei Kojima. Winner of the silver medal from Caulfield Aquatics, Xavier Eagle. Winner of the silver visitor medal from West Side Christchurch Aquatic, George Galvin. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 2:12.73 from MLC Aquatic, Harold Zhu. Introducing the finalists for event 32, the boys' 16-year-old 100-metre breaststroke. In lane 0 from MLC Aquatic, Dax Conhedy. In lane 1 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Ben Huang. In lane 2 from MLC Aquatic, Hamish Evans. In lane 3 from DVE Aquatic, Ashley Lansbury. In lane 4 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Milo Dressel de Bruin. In lane 5 from Swimming SA, Oscar Dingwall. In lane 6 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Alaric Wong. In lane 7, from CA Tritons, Daniel Nguyen. In lane 8, from Surrey Park, Jacob Chester. And in lane 9, from MLC Aquatic, Samuel Mills. These are your finalists for event 32, the boys 16-year-old 100-metre breaststroke.
Off we go now for the 16-year-old boys 100-metre breaststroke, and it was a fast start in lane 5 by Oscar Dingwall. Well and truly out early on, ahead of Ashley Lansbury in 3, and swimming out of lane 6, Alaric Wong also doing well early here.
Yeah, it was a really good start there from Dingwall, but now he's starting to come back to the others. Lane number 4 there, Milo De Braun also looking very strong here, but touching the wall is going to be Dingwall in first, Milo in second, and then in third is Aldrich Wong in lane number 6.
And once again on that underwater, Oscar Dingwall really utilising that split stroke, regaining the lead. So a little bit of cat and mouse here between the boys in the centre lane. Milo now starting to put the afterburners on and pull up right alongside Oscar Dingwall. And the race is on with 15 metres left to swim. Oscar trying to hold on. It's stroke for stroke down under the flags. It looks like Milo might be slightly in front. Who can time the finish? Milo will. 105.11 ahead of Oscar Dingwall. 105.38. Hamish Evans finishes off as second Victorian in a 106.49. And Daniel Nguyen from lane 7, he'll pick up a bronze medal, and he looks pretty happy about it.
Announcing the medalists for event 31, the girls 16-year-old 100-metre breaststroke. Winner of the bronze medal from Melbourne Swimming Club, Grace Doby. Winner of the silver medal from Melton Swimming Club, Chloe Burke. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 1:14.60 from South Gippsland, Claudia Croato. Introducing the finalists for event 33, the girls 17 to 18 100-metre freestyle. In lane 0 from Western Aquatic, Sophia Ballon. In lane 1 from Ballarat Gold, Claire Matheson. In lane 2 from Camberwell Grammar, Gabriel King. In lane 3 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Sophie Jacker. In lane 4 from Swimming SA, Alinta Dingwall. In lane 5 from MLC Aquatic, Rihanna Chen. In lane 6 from Surrey Park, Farida Taha. In lane 7 from Hamilton Aquatics, New Zealand, Holly McDonald. In lane 8 from Terrelgan, Jessica Whiting. And in lane 9 from MLC Aquatic, Isabella Osborne. These are your finalists for event 33, the girls 17 to 18 100-metre freestyle.
Now in the water in the female 17 and 18 100-metre freestyle here, and it was a really good start in lane number 3 from Sophie Jacker. Rihanna Chen in lane number 5 also had a good start, and coming on this side of the pool, lane 8 and 9, Jessica Whiting and Isabel Osborne have also had good starts here. They're probably leading the way on this outside, but not much between them as we come down to the 50-metre mark.
Well, there certainly wasn't a lot separating these girls on qualifying into tonight's final. Going through in first will be Sophie Jacker out in a 28.31 ahead of Belinda Dingwall, and then Gabrielle King. So 2, 3 and 4 where the action action was early on. A good swim down in lane 8 by Jessica Whiting, but starting to make a little bit of a move and push through the field now is Rihanna Chen. So they look to be the three out in front. Still Sophie Jacka, Linda Dingwall and Rihanna Chen. Maybe Jessica Whiting as we come down under the flags. There will be a Linta onto the finish, 58.40. Sophie Jacka, first Victorian, 58.82. Rihanna Chen, second Victorian, 59.37. And Jess Whiting picks up that bronze in a 59.43.
Announcing the medalists for event 32, the boys 16-year-old 100-metre breaststroke. Winner of the bronze medal from CA Tritons, Daniel Nguyen. And winner of the silver Victorian medal from MLC Aquatic, Hamish Evans. Winner of the gold medal in a time of 1:05.11 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Milo Dressel de Bruin. Introducing the finalists for event 34, the boys 17 to 18, 100-metre freestyle. In lane 0, from Caulfield Aquatics, Tian Berger. In lane 1, from Caulfield Aquatics, Nicholas Stupas. In lane 2, from the Northern Territory, Patrick Brown. In lane 3, from Swimming SA, Fred Hassel. In lane 4, from Caulfield Aquatics, Campbell Wilson Moran. In lane 5, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Felix Dressel de Bruin. In lane 6, from Traralgon, Ashley Nichols. In lane 7, from Camberwell Grammar, Sam Welsh. In lane 8, from Caulfield Aquatics, Adonis Giotopoulos. And in lane 9, from Westbourne Swim Club, Owen Kruger. These are your finalists for event 34, the boys 17 to 18, 100-metre freestyle.
And off to the best start in lane 5. It is Felix Dressel de Bruin. He leads through the 25, just ahead of Campbell Wilson Moran, with Fred Hassel right on their shoulder.
Yeah, Ashley Nichols also up there, and it's been a strong start. It is the middle of the pool that is leading the way, coming in to the turn here at the 50-metre mark here. Turning first is Campbell Wilson Moran ahead of Felix Dressel de Bruin.
Yeah, really strong second 25 there from Campbell to take the lead. Felix had the better of the turns and pulled up back alongside him and does lead at the 75-metre mark. Ashley Nichols is trying to go with our 2 leaders. We've got 15 metres left to swim. Campbell Wilson Moran has retaken the lead and is powering into the wall to take out the title here in the 17-8 boys 100 freestyle on a 50.39. Felix Dressel de Bruin in second and Ashley Nichols in third.
Announcing the medalists for event 33, the girls 17 to 18, 100-metre freestyle. Winner of the bronze medal from Traralgon, Jessica Whiting. Winner of the silver medal from MLC Aquatic, Rihanna Chen. Winner of the gold visitor medal in a time of 58.40 from Swimming SA, Alinta Dingwall. Winner of the gold Victorian medal in a time of 58.82 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Sophie Jacka. Announcing the finalists, heat number 1 for event 35, the girls 12 to 18, 100-metre butterfly multi-class. In lane 3 from Monbulk Aquatic, Phoebe Edwards. In lane 4 from Bendigo Hawks Aquatic, Adele York. And in lane 5, from Northern Territory, Shannon Gleeson.
In the water for the first of 2 heats here in the 100-metre butterfly 12 to 18-year-old multi-class. We've got 3 swimmers in this race. We've got Phoebe Edwards, who is an S14 athlete, then Adele York and Shannon Gleeson, who are both S19 athletes. And it is Gleeson who is leading the way as we are coming down to the back half of this first lap. So Gleeson and York, their times will go against each other as with these multi-class events. It does come down to times against the world record, and each swimmer is awarded points here. And it's been a good back half here by York, who has closed the gap here on Gleeson, who will narrowly touch in front. Phoebe Edwards now touching to come up for this second lap here. But it is Shannon Gleeson, who is a visitor from the Northern Territory, who is leading this race. Adele York still hot on her heels, coming up here as we come back to the last 25 metres. But it is Shannon Gleeson still leading the way here. Adele York also sticking with her, and Phoebe Edwards still coming through as well. So we're now in this back 25 metres here. Shannon Gleeson coming in had an entry time this morning of 1:42. Will go well under that with a 1:29.03. Adele York will touch in a 1:31.89. And we've got Phoebe Edwards coming just about underneath the flags here, who will be looking to beat her seated time as well. She comes up here now and touches the wall.
Announcing time final number 2 for event 35, the girls 12 to 18 100-metre butterfly multi-class. In lane 0 from Sale Swimming Club, Mackenzie Gibbs. In lane 1 from Geelong Swimming Club, Evie Lee. In lane 2 from Western Aquatic, Al Feely. In lane 3 from Hamilton Aquatics New Zealand, Quinn Pike. In lane 4 from Geelong Swimming Club, Meg Conheedy. In lane 5, from Wakanti Swimming Club, New Zealand, Chloe Gladwell. In lane 6, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Lily Gumley. In lane 7, from Ivanhoe Swim, Grace Ryder. In lane 8, from Nunawading, Abigail Gabellini. In lane 9, from Swimming SA, Paige Duffy.
Now in the water for this second heat of the 100-metre butterfly for girls 12 to 18 in the multi-class here. In this field, we've got athletes from 3 different classes, majority from the S19. Then in lane number 0 is Mackenzie Gibbs, who is an S10, and then Paige Duffy in lane number 9, an S14. As we come down this first lap, it is the middle of the pool who is leading the way in this race here. Lane number 5, Chloe Gladwin, one of our visitors, has had a really strong start there. She leads the way from Meg Conhetty and Grace Ryder in 3rd spot here. As we come down into this back 50, Gladwin still holding her lead at this as she comes back down to this last 25 metres. But Meg Conhetty, who's already had some strong form in this season, is coming hard up towards her. It is those two who are leading the way. Quinn Pike, another one of our visitors, is in 3rd, but it is Gladwin who is still holding the lead here and will take out this second heat. She's going to touch here on the wall in a 1:13.03. Meg Conhetty second in a 1:14.07. Quinn Pike then touches in 3rd spot there. Grace Ryder will finish in 4th. Alfeely in 5th. Then we've got Lily Gumley in 6th as the rest of the athletes are now coming in towards the wall.
Introducing timed final number 1 for event 36, the boys 12 to 18 100-metre butterfly multi-class. In lane 2 from South Gippsland, Darby Smith. In lane 3 from Warrnambool, Eli Kerr. In lane 4 from Camberwell, Ming Zi Pang. In lane 5 from Northern Territory, Sean Dutch. In lane 6 from Essendon District, Jaden Brooks.
Now in the water for this timed final here for the multi-class for the boys 12 to 18 in the butterfly. We have the 5 swimmers here across 3 different swimming categories. Starting here, leading the way though, is our visitor Sean Dutch in lane number 5 there.
Yeah, so we have swimmers competing across the S19 classification. We've got Eli Kerr in S9 and Mingzi Pang in S14. So we'll be eagerly awaiting those point scores at the conclusion of this 100-metre butterfly. As we turn through that first 50, it was Sean that led us around ahead of Ming, and then in 3rd, Eli Kerr.
Yeah,
so we watch their times as we come into the wall here.
Yeah, Sean had a sensational swim and turn there to be leading the way there. Ming Zi, as we said, in 2nd spot, but these two are different classifications, so it will come down to the points here. But it's a nice, strong performance there by Sean, who wins in a 1:03.84. Ming Zi Pang in a 1:06.98. Now coming in 3rd spot there is going to be Eli Kerr.
Yeah, big celebration from Sean. It was about a 2-second drop from his entry time of a 1:05. Eli also getting a nice personal best on the board as Jaden Brooks, one of our 12-year-olds from Essendon, touches the wall in a 1:25, a huge 8-second drop for him, and that's what we love to see at these competitions, with Darby Smith now finishing in a 1:38.48.
Announcing the medalists for event 34, the boys 17 to 18 100 metre freestyle. Winner of the bronze medal from Traralgon, Ashley Nichols. Winner of the silver medal from Melbourne Swimming Club, Felix Dressel de Bruin. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 50.39 from Caulfield Aquatics, Campbell Milson Moran. Introducing the finalists for event 37, the girls 12-year-old 50 metre butterfly. In lane 0 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Taylor Holt. In lane 1 from Japan, Rina Kano. In lane 2 from Phoenix Aquatics, New Zealand, April Lin. In lane 3 from Surrey Park, Jie Li. In lane 4 from MLC Aquatics, Onkyu Eve Hugh. In lane 5 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Mariella Simmons. In lane 6 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Ali Wang. In lane 7 from Ringwood, Mikey Chow. In lane 8 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Angelina Shang. And in lane 9 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Victoria Dang. These are your finalists for event 37, the girls 12-year-old 50 metre butterfly.
Underway now for our girls 12-year-old 50 metre butterfly. Blink and you'll miss this one. It's going to be a fast field. All athletes swimming a 31-second, except for Eve Hugh in lane 4, who broke that 31 and did a 30-point in the heats this morning. She's out quickly in the lead early on from that lane 4 position. Sitting in second, looks like it's Ali Wang, just behind her, Mariella Simmons. As we come down under the flags, Eve holding on, but it's a quick finish from lane 5. It will be Eve in a 30.07, almost breaks that 30-second barrier. Mariella in second, 30.23, and then third coming from Angelina Shang down in lane 8 in a 30.64.
Introducing the finalists for event 38, the boys 12-year-old 50 metre butterfly. In lane 0 from Sale Swimming Club, Zachary Gray. In lane 1 from Tiger Shark Swimming Club, Lucas Yu. In lane 2 from Nunawading, Tommy Zhao. In lane 3 from DVE Aquatic, Jason Wang. In lane 4 from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Thomas Grasso. In lane 5 from Wodonga City, Billy Main. In lane 6 from Haileybury Swim Club, Yi Yang. In lane 7 from Geelong Swimming Club, William Zhang. In lane 8 from Laverton Wyndham Aquatics, Leonardo Hernandez. And in lane 9 from Doncaster Templestowe, Ian Cho. These are your finalists for event 38, the boys 12-year-old 50-metre butterfly.
We're now in the water for the 50 butterfly for the 12-year-old boys here. Several of these swimmers have already been in the pool tonight. And we've got all three medal winners from the 200 IM in this age group earlier on. But leading the way is Thomas Grasso, who's already got a silver medal under his belt. He's had a really strong performance here. Also looking strong is Yi Yang in lane 6, but it's Thomas Grasso who's going to lead all the way here to go one better than he has earlier tonight. Wins this one in a 28.64. Jason Wang finishes second in a 29.14, and then in third spot is Yi Yang in a 29.46.
Announcing the medalists for event 35, the girls 12 to 18 100-metre butterfly multi-class, the 12 to 13 age group. Winner of the bronze medal from Northern Territory, Shannon Gleeson. Winner of the silver medal from Swimming SA, Paige Duffy. Winner of the silver Victorian medal from Bendigo Hawks, Adele York. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 1:29.89 from Sale, Mackenzie Gibbs. Introducing the finalists for event 39, the girls 13-year-old 200-metre breaststroke. In lane 0 from Nunawading, Annabella Kim. In lane 1 from Nunawading, Anis GZ Wu. In lane 2 from Emmanuel, Alexandra Haneka. In lane 3 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Kimberly Chen. In lane 4 from South Gippsland, Emily Croato. In lane 5 from Nunawading, Lucy Dolan. In lane 6 from Nunawading, Anna Kang. In lane 7 from D5, Madeline Anderson. In lane 8 from Nunawading, Rena Liu. And in lane 9 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Chelsea Zhang. These are your finalists for event 39, the girls 13-year-old 200-metre breaststroke.
In the water for the breaststroke for the 13-year-old girls here. 200-metre event here, and starting really strongly in lane 6 was Anna Kang. She's probably leading the way here. Lane number 7 also having a good start. Next to her, Madeline Anderson. And now coming through is Emily Carato in lane number 4. We've already seen that name tonight, so it's probably one we'll see a couple of times through this event.
Yeah, her sister Claudia in the 100 had that second 50 very, very solid. So we'll see if Emily can do that nice back-end speed here. We want to see a little bit more of that even in the 200. You can hold off a little bit more down this first 50, but it doesn't look like Emily's strategy seems to be that. She's out first in a 36.45, ahead of Lucy Dolan in a 37.56. And Kimberly Chen in third, 37.69.
Yeah, felt like she really built into that first 50 there and being able to maintain that lead coming down the second 50. Now starting to get going next to her is Kimberly Chen, who's coming up on her shoulder. Lucy Dolan also having a good swim there in lane number 5, but it is Carato who's still leading the way here, but she's now got the opposition coming at her and she's going to have to hold on.
Yeah, the premiership quarter coming up, that third 50 ever so important in our 200-metre races. Emily maintains the lead at the 100-metre mark, ahead of Lucy, still in second, and Kimberly in third. It was a good underwater from Kimberly Chen. She looks like she's almost moved her way into that second place spot, and it's a real race of 3 in the centre of the pool.
Yeah, there's nothing between the 3 of them now as we come back down towards this last turn. You mentioned Chen had a good turn last time round, so did Carato, and it could come down to that as we see Lucy Dolan starting to make her move at the back part of this 50, but still nothing between them. Probably Chen leading as we come underneath the flags.
Yeah, very solid 50 here from Kimberly. She was the quickest out of that group of 3 at 42.56, her split down the third lap. She's come away from the wall, out in front, still ahead of her teammate Lucy Dolan, and Emily Croato holding on to that third place spot. It's a quick final 50 from Anna Kang down in lane 6. She's trying to move her way into medal contention, but I don't think she's going to quite have enough pull left to catch up to our girls in lane 3, 4 and 5 with just 10 metres left to swim.
Yeah, Chen is still leading the way here. She's had a really good back 50 here. And then Dolan in second place and Emily Carato in third. But it is going to be Kimberly Chen who built well in that race to come through in a 2-minute 43.7. Second was Lucy Dolan in a 2:44.37, and Emily Carato, our early leader, finished in third.
Announcing the medalists for event 35, the girls 14 to 15 100-metre butterfly multiclass. Winner of the bronze medal from Geelong Swimming Club, Evie Lee. Winner of the silver medal from Melbourne Swimming Club, Lily Gomley. Winner of the gold Victorian medal in a time of 1:24.13 from Western Aquatic, Al Feely. Winner of the gold visitor medal from Hamilton Aquatics New Zealand in a time of 1:17.15, Quinn Pike. 16 to 18-year-old age group. Winner of the bronze medal from Monbulk Aquatic, Phoebe Edwards. Winner of the silver medal from Ivanhoe Swim, Grace Ryder. Winner of the gold Victorian medal from Geelong Swimming Club in a time of 1:14.07, Meg Conhedy. Winner of the gold visitor medal from Wakati Swimming Club New Zealand in a time of 1:13.03, Chloe Gladwin. Announcing the medalists for event 36, the boys 12 to 18 100-metre butterfly multiclass. 12 to 13 age group. Winner of the silver medal from South Gippsland, Darby Smith. Winner of the gold medal in a time of 1:25.24 from Essendon District, Jaden Brooks. The 14 to 15-year-old age group, winner of the silver medal from Warrnambool, Eli Kerr. Winner of the gold medal in a time of 1:06.98 from Camberwell, Ming Zipang. The 16 to 18-year-old age group, winner of the gold medal from the Northern Territory in a time of 1:03.84, Sean Dutch. Introducing the finalists for event 40, the boys 13-year-old 200-metre breaststroke. In lane 0, from Condinia Piranhas Swim Club, Raymond Grave. In lane 1, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Andrew Wang. In lane 2, from Geelong Swimming Club, Noah Tucker. In lane 3, from Phoenix Aquatics New Zealand, Tim Way. In lane 4, from Nunawading, Lachlan Bull. In lane 5, from Surrey Park, Peter Kim. In lane 6, from Nunawading, Alistair Ho. In lane 7, from Parnell Swimming New Zealand, Hayden Ling. In lane 8, from Melbourne Swimming Club, James Biglia. And in lane 9, from Essendon District, Daniel Mancini. These are your finalists for event 40, the boys 13-year-old 200-metre breaststroke.
Into the water now for the 13-year-old boys 200-metre breaststroke. We had quite the race between our top 3 athletes in the girls' event just before. Coming into this one, Lachlan Bull looks like the one to beat. His time this morning, 2:35.10. A little bit of a gap between himself and his next fastest qualifier in Peter Kim in lane 5.
Yeah, you can already see half a body length between the two of them here. It's been a strong first 25 metres from Lachlan Bull, who looks like he's extending his lead as he is coming in to touch for the first 50 metres there. In second spot is Peter Kim, and then third is one of our visitors in Tim Wee.
So off the underwater here, not a lot of change to those placings. And we probably don't expect anyone to really be making too much of a move now. Holding on to that speed in this second 50 is ever so important. And then building through down the third lap. Lachlan Bull, though, looking very solid out in front with 15 metres left into the the halfway point of the race.
Yeah, it's been a really controlled race from him so far. And as we said, the fastest qualifier, and showing exactly why here. He touches the wall in a 1:12.11. In second is still Peter Kim. In third spot is Tim Wee, so that has not changed. Those three have led the way, but keep an eye on Alistair Ho in lane number 6, who had a really good back half of that first 100 metres.
Yeah, so lane 3, Tim Way, he's one of our visiting athletes, so there is still that bronze medal up for grabs from our Victorians. First and second look like they've sorted themselves out nicely. It's going to be a bit of a challenge for Peter Kim to make up the ground set by Lachlan Bull early on. That 2-second lead at halfway mark looks like it might have even extended further here.
Yeah, he turns there at the wall with a 1:50.66. He's leading by 3.5 seconds at the with 50 metres to go there. Then we've got Tim Wu in third spot, still there, and Alistair Ho still in that fourth spot, which does get him a bronze medal for the Victorian athletes. But it is Lachlan Bull who has controlled this race from start to finish, absolutely dominating, and this lead continues to grow as we're coming into the back 25 metres.
This is a fast swim. I'm just keeping my eye on the clock now as Lachlan Bull comes under the flags. It's going to be just over that Victorian record, the time 2:28.67. And then it will be Peter Kim and Tim Way taking out the silver medals respectively ahead of Alistair Ho.
Announcing the medalists for event 37, the girls' 12-year-old 50-metre butterfly. Winner of the bronze medal from Melbourne Swimming Club, Angelina Shang. Winner of the silver medal from Melbourne Swimming Club, Mariella Simmons. And winner of the gold medal from MLC Aquatic, On Q Eve Hugh. Introducing the medalist for event 38, the boys 12-year-old 50-metre butterfly. Winner of the bronze medal from Haileybury, Yi Yang. Winner of the silver medal from DVE Aquatic, Jason Wang. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 28.64 from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Thomas Grasso. Announcing the medalists for event 39, the girls' 13-year-old 200-metre breaststroke. Winner of the bronze medal from South Gippsland, Emily Croatto. Winner of the silver medal from Melbourne Swimming Club, Lucy Dolan. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 2:43.70 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Kimberly Chen. Announcing the finalists for event 41, the girls' 14-year-old 200-metre freestyle. In lane 0 from Nunna Cheltenham Swimming Club, Emma Baldwin. In lane 1 from MLC Aquatic, Lucy Reid. In lane 2 from MLC Aquatic, Hei Ching Henrietta Wong. In lane 3 from Swimming SA, Millie Lema. In lane 4 from MLC Aquatic, Abby Mesher. In lane 5 from Geelong Swimming Club, Arabella Johnson. In lane 6 from Swimming SA, Mia Jane Weston. In lane 7 from Ivanhoe Swim, Hope Christian. In lane 8 from Nunawading, Zihan Jin. And in lane 9 from Nunawading, Macy Graves. These are your finalists for event 41, the girls' 14-year-old 200-metre freestyle.
In the water here for the 200-metre freestyle girls, 14-year-olds here, and it was a strong start in lane number 3 there from one of our visitors, Millie Lima. Joining me for these couple of races is Harrison Main, a 200-metre swimmer himself. How you see the start to this one?
Yeah, not too bad. They're starting off very calm. They're pushing themselves very calmly throughout the first 50, which is pretty good. Coming into the first turn, touching first is Millie, and then coming in second is Abby. Going out in a nice steady time.
Yeah,
You go. Probably trying to push a bit harder throughout this second 50 and then come home a bit harder.
Yeah, not much between the first 4 at that turn. Coming into it now is Arabella Johnson there and Mia Jane Weston, another one of our visitors, have really kicked on in this term. It's going to be not much between lane 4 and 5 here. It's Arabella Johnson leading Abby Mesher here at the halfway mark.
Yeah, probably trying to push a bit more through this third 50. And then try and bring it home a bit harder in the last 50, as you would normally in a 200. Try and work the third 50 a bit more than you would in any other 50.
Yeah, still not much between lane 4 and 5 there. Mesher and Johnson coming into the wall here. They've got a little bit of a gap now on the other two there.
Touching first is Abby, and coming in second is Arabella. Going through 32.91.
Yeah, just 0.01 between them there at that last turn, and still nothing between them as they come down this last 50. It's Abby Mesher narrowly ahead of Arabella Johnson here, but Johnson's having another attack as we come down to the last 10 metres. There's nothing between them. I think it's going to be Johnson that is going to get the touch. In the end, it was nothing, and it was Abby Mesher who does claim that one in a 2:07.56. Second was Arabella Johnson in a 2:07.56. 7.65. And then taking out the bronze medal was Millie Lima. So then for the Victorians, Mia Jane Weston, another visitor, finished in 4th spot. And then 5th spot was up the top there, Victorians.
Announcing the medalists for event 40, the boys 13-year-old 200-metre breaststroke. From Nunawading, Alistair Ho. From Surrey Park, Peter Kim. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 2:28.67 from Nunawading, Lachlan Bull. Introducing the finalists for event 42, the boys 14-year-old 200-metre freestyle. In lane 0 from D5, Angus Goodison. In lane 1 from Surrey Park, Lachlan Harris. In lane 2 from Emmanuel, Jax McCullen. In lane 3 from Starplex, Ewan Stubbings. In lane 4 from Surrey Park, Ishak Ismail. In lane 5 from Caulfield Aquatics, Kepler Schneiders. In lane 6 from Flyers Swim Team, Daniel Collins. In lane 7 from Nunawading, Hang Tang Wang. In lane 8 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Edward Pollard. And in lane 9 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Benjamin Shang. These are your finalists for event 42, the boys 14-year-old 200-metre freestyle.
And we're underway here in the final of the boys 200-metre freestyle for our 14-year-olds. And a really strong start in lane 7 from Hang Tang Wang. His first 100 in this morning's heat was right on Victorian record pace. It'll be interesting to see if he can maintain it through the second 100 tonight.
Touching first is Hang Tang with a 25.87 and hopefully coming home stronger, staying this strong throughout the second 100.
So he's out nice and fast in that 25 point. Isaac is in second and Kepler's in third. So we saw him round in a 55 this morning before he turned off a little bit in that second 100. He'll need to maintain the speed here tonight as he turns through in a 54.1. That's ahead of Mac Horton's Victorian state record split. Isaac is in second and Kepler Schneiders is in third.
Holding this pace very well. Coming home, pushing in this third 50 very strongly.
So with 50 metres to go, Hang Tang has got a big lead. He's still under state record speed. He's on track to take down an Olympic champion's Victorian age group record with 35 metres left to swim. Let's see it behind him. So with 25 metres left to swim, he's bringing those legs in nice and strongly. He's holding on to his speed. He's got 15 left. He's still on track for this state record of Mac Horton's as he comes underneath the flags. It's going to be tight. With 5 metres left to go, he fights towards the wall. 155.41. It just got away from him in the last 10 metres, but what a swim there from Hang Tang. Isaac in second and Kepler in third.
Announcing the medalists for event 41, the girls 14-year-old 200-metre freestyle. Winner of the bronze Victorian medal from MLC Aquatic, Hei Ching Henrietta Won. Winner of the bronze visitor medal from Swimming SA, Millie Lehmer. Winner of the silver medal from Geelong Swimming Club, Arabella Johnson. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 2:07.56, Abby Mesher.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the winner of the 200-metre freestyle, Hantang Wang. Hantang, you had such an incredible short course season. You broke some Australian records. You had a nice solid first 100 in the heats this morning, and then we could kind of tell you switched off. How was the pressure coming into tonight's final?
Definitely a bit of pressure, but, you know, pressure will help you. And, yeah, I just tried my best, and I can't ask for more, yeah.
Now, the Victorian record was set by Mac Horton. You're within about half a second of that. It's only 3/100 slower than the Australian record, so you've almost broken, once again, another Australian record. An incredible achievement. You went around in a 54.13. Was that part of the strategy? Did you know you were going out that quickly tonight?
No, definitely not. That's a bit of a surprise, but, yeah, it's a pleasant surprise, so, yeah, that's good.
Now, this isn't your only event on the program. We see you race a couple of races this morning, and I'm sure you've got a few more to go. What's the next thing we're resetting and refocusing for?
Maybe the 50 fly. Not my main, but yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Well, that's the attitude we love to hear. Congratulations on your 200 freestyle gold medal.
Thank you.
Introducing the finalists for event 43, the girls' 15-year-old 50-metre butterfly. In lane 0 from Yarra Plenty Waves, Caitlin Hasela. In lane 1 from Japan, Ayan Yutsuji. In lane 2 from Nunawading, Waylon Triong. In lane 3 from Nunawading, Kira Jeffs. In lane 4 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Zara Jeffrey. In lane 5 from Swimming SA, Emily Daunt. In lane 6 from Bendigo East, Asia Fong Sutton. In lane 7 from Nunawading, Keela Enters. In lane 8 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Zara Olawani. And in lane 9 from Camberwell Grammar, Matilda Clark. These are your finalists for event 43, the girls' 15-year-old 50-metre butterfly.
In the water for the 50-metre butterfly for the girls, a 15-year-old. We've already seen many of these swimmers compete in finals tonight, and it's lane number 5 there, Emily Daunt, who's already a medalist, who is leading the way. Zara Jeffrey also having a good swim there, but it is our visitor in Emily Daunt who is still leading the way. She's got a decent lead here, and she is likely to hold on and claim this title. She wins that in a 27.99. Second there was Zara Jeffrey in a 28.24, and third was Kiara Jeffs with her second medal of the night with a 28.93.
Announcing the medalists for event 42, the boys' 14-year-old 200-metre freestyle. Winner of the bronze medal from Caulfield Aquatics, Kepler Schneiders. Winner of the silver medal from Surrey Park, Ishak Ismail. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 1:55.41 from Nunawading, Hantang Wang. Introducing the finalists for event 44, the boys' 15-year-old 50-metre butterfly. In lane 0 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Leo Nolan. In lane 1 from Caulfield Aquatics, Benjamin King. In lane 2 from Westside Christchurch Aquatic, George Galvin. we have a reseed of this event. In lane 0 from Ivanhoe Swim, Campbell Mills. In lane 1 from Laverton Wyndham, Gabriel Wong. In lane 2 from Caulfield Aquatics, Harvey Lee. In lane 3 from Aquatech Swimming, Jingchang Thedas Lin. In lane 4 from Geelong Swimming Club, Jacob Ritchies. In lane 5 from Chinese Swimming Team, Lawrence Lim. In lane 6 from MLC Aquatic, Harold Zhu. In lane 7 from Caulfield Aquatics, Benjamin King. In lane 8 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Leo Nolan. And in lane 9 from St Kevin's College Swimming Club, Hamish Davin.
Into the water now for the 15-year-old boys, 50 metres butterfly. It was a quick start in lane 6 by Harold Zhu. He's getting well known for those strong, solid underwaters. Coming through now with Lawrence Lim in lane 5 and Jacob Richards in 4. He looks like he's just claimed that lead with 10 metres left to swim, looking very, very solid throughout this lap. Looks like he might time the finish there in a 25.58 to take the win in this one. Ahead of Lawrence Lim, our second place Victorian will go to Harvey Lee and third to Harold Zhu.
Announcing the medalists for event 43, the girls' 15-year-old 50-metre butterfly. Winner of the bronze medal from Bendigo East, Asia Fong Sutton. Winner of the silver medal from Nunawading Swimming Club, Kira Jeffs. Winner of the gold Victorian medal from Melbourne Swimming Club in a time of 28.24, Zara Jeffrey. Introducing the finalists for event 45, the girls' 16-year-old 100-metre butterfly. In lane 0 from D5 Swimming Club, Logan Shelley. In lane 1 from Caulfield Aquatics, Caitlin Ord. In lane 2 from Ivanhoe Swim, Jemima Hale. In lane 3 from Melton, Chloe Burke. In lane 4 from Swimming SA, Allegra Crean. In lane 5 from Ballarat, Ava Candy. In lane 6 from Northern Territory, Macy Sheridan. In lane 7 from Caulfield Aquatics, Mia Bates. In lane 8 from Nunawading, Lucy Doyle. And in lane 9 from Nunawading, Celeste Chang. These are your finalists for event 45, the girls' 16-year-old 100-metre butterfly.
In the water here for the 100-metre butterfly for the 16-year-old girls. Starting really well there in lane number 4 is one of our visitors in Allegra Crean. Also looking good early in this race is Macy Sheridan, who is also one of our visitors. And looking also in lane number 9, Celeste Chang, having a really good start there as well as we come down towards the turn for these 50 metres here, and there's not much between them, but it will be Allegra Crean who does touch first. In second is Macy Sheridan, then in third spot is Ava Candy.
So quick across the board down that first 50, and the race now on. Coming home, Allegra still holding on to that solid lead. She's set early in that 29.08, almost breaking the 29-second mark. She holds off Ava Candy with 10 metres left to swim, and Macy Sheridan in third. Battle going on for third place Victorian behind Ava Candy and Chloe Burke as we come down to touch, and that one will go through to Mia Bates over in lane 7.
Announcing the medalists for event 44, the boys 15-year-old 50-metre butterfly. Winner of the bronze medal from MLC Aquatic, Harold Zhu. Winner of the silver medal from Caulfield Aquatic, Harvey Lee. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 25.58 from Geelong, Jacob Ritchies. Announcing the finalists for event 46, the boys 16-year-old 100-metre butterfly. In lane 0 from Terrelgan, Brody Cargill. In lane 1 from Nunawading, Lewis Gee. In lane 2 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Will Leo. In lane 3 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Bart Aporowicz. In lane 4 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Luca Brown. In lane 5 from Ivanhoe Swim, Eli Billman. In lane 6 from Swimming SA, Oscar Dingwall. In lane 7 from Starplex, Patrick Herbst. In lane 8 from Nunawading, Scott Robinson. And in lane 9 from Yarra Plenty Waves, Sam Hartley. These are your finalists for event 46, the boys 16-year-old 100-metre butterfly.
Into the water with our 16-year-old boys 100-metre butterfly. Fast start in lane 5 by none other than Eli Billman, well renowned for those underwaters. He's away quickly. Looking the goods earlier this morning was Luca Brown in lane 4, and he's already pulled up right alongside Eli as they come into that halfway turn.
Yeah, it has been a good back 25 metres of this first lap for Luca Brown, who now does take the lead ahead of Eli Billman. As you mentioned, Billman's underwater there, was under the water a lot longer and was able to regain the lead in the first 25 metres. He's been able to take that momentum and able to extend that a little bit.
Yeah, he's continuing to surge forward throughout the second 25, down this second 50, ahead of Luca Brown, who's holding on for second, ahead of Bart Aporowicz in third, and that looks like it'll be our placings onto the finish here. Eli 55.22 ahead of Luca 56.29 and Bart 57.59.
Announcing the medalists for event 45, the girls' 16-year-old 100-metre butterfly. Winner of the bronze visitor medal from Northern Territory, Maisie Sheridan. Winner of the bronze Victorian medal from Caulfield Aquatic, Mia Bates. Winner of the silver medal from Melton, Chloe Burke. Winner of the gold visitor medal from Swimming SA in a time of 1:01.88, Allegra Crean. And winner of the gold Victorian medal from Ballarat in a time of 1:02.83, Ava Candy. Introducing the finalists for event 47, the girls 17 to 18 200-metre individual medley. In lane 0 from MLC Aquatic, Isabella Osborne. In lane 1 from MLC Aquatic, Grace Cox. In lane 2 from Surrey Park, Judy Hussein Aman. In lane 3 from Surrey Park, Farida Taha. In lane 4 from Swimming SA, Alinta Dingwall. In lane 5 from Phoenix Aquatics New Zealand, Jasmine Lyles. In lane 6 from Ballarat Gold, Claire Matheson. In lane 7 from Ballarat Gold, Zoe Schneider. In lane 8 from MLC Aquatic, Stella Solomon. And in lane 9 from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Tori Clare. These are your finalists for event 47, the girls 17 to 18 200-metre individual medley.
Up and swimming here in the 200-metre medley for female 17 and 18-year-olds, and it was a really good start by Isabel Osborne out in lane number 0. We've already seen her in the pool once tonight, and she's flying on this first 50 metres here. Also looking strong is our visitor in Jasmine Lyles.
Yeah, this is what we start to notice when we see athletes really working towards their strengths. Obviously, Isabella Osborne, great butterfly. She's out in a 30.25. Did the same sort of swim earlier today. Sitting in second is her teammate in lane 1, Grace Cox. Those two on that 30 point ahead of Jasmine Lyles in lane 5.
Yeah, it's still Osborne out on that far lane, but everyone is now catching up to her, and that lead, I think, has gone in the middle of the pool here. Lanes 4, 5 and 6, led by Claire Matheson. In lane 6, have had a really good backstroke leg here, and it is Matheson who will come down to look to touch first after our second leg.
Yeah, so Claire Matheson, great backstroke from her to turn in first now, 108.03, ahead of Alinta Dingwall, 108.15, and then Judy Hussein Aman moves her way through into third. Keep your eyes on Jasmine Lyles. We've seen her at these Victorian Age Championships before. Great breaststroker. She's already pulled her way up alongside Claire Matheson and Alinta Dingwall.
Yeah, Dingwall, who we've already seen win a gold medal earlier tonight as well, had a really good breaststroke leg. But look in here, Jasmine Lyles starting to make her move next to her here. It's the two middle lanes who are leading the way. It looks like Lyles might be narrowly ahead, but also can't rule out Farida Taha, who's had a really good breaststroke leg.
Yeah, Farida in lane 3, she's going to have claimed that lead into the turn now, ahead of Jasmine Lyles and Alinta Dingwall. So they touch 1, 2, 3. Second Victorian, Claire Matheson holding on in lane 6 to her teammate Zoe Schneider in 7 as they come down the freestyle leg. The battle's still going on between Farida and Jasmine. Jasmine has that advantage of breathing towards Farida every so often in this lap as they come under the 15-metre flags. Looks like Farida just out in front.
Yeah, it is, and as we see Lyles making a late dash at this title here, but touching first is going to be Farida Taha in a 2-minute 25.77. Second was Jasmine Lyles, who is one of our visitors. Third is another one in Alinta Dingwall. So fourth was Claire Matheson, who'll get second, and then fifth, who will get the bronze medal, is Judy Hussein Aman.
Announcing the medalists for event 46, the boys 16-year-old 100-metre butterfly. Winner of the bronze medal from Melbourne Swimming Club, Bart Aporowicz. Winner of the silver medal from Melbourne Swimming Club, Luca Brown. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 55.22 from Ivanhoe Swim, Eli Billman. Introducing the finalists for event 48, the boys 17 to 18 200-metre individual medley. In lane 0 from Melton Swimming Club, Mitchell Davies. In lane 1 from Nunawading, Jake Ridley. In lane 2 from Ballarat, Tom Urquhart. In lane 3 from D5, Callum Rossetto. In lane 4 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Felix Dressel de Bruin. In lane 5 from Nunawading, Harry Heath. In lane 6 from Surrey Park, Darcy Stewart. In lane 7 from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Blake Hughes. In lane 8 from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Benjamin Nolter. And in lane 9 from D5, Harry Kumar. These are your finalists for event 48, the boys 17 to 18 200-metre individual medley.
Underwater now with the 17-18 year boys 200-metre individual medley, and this is certainly a race that I was keen to watch this evening. Getting away nicely in lane 4 was Felix Dressel de Bruin, and going out quickly over in 1, Jake Ridley right up alongside him.
Yeah, De Bruin, the fastest qualifier, and also the reigning title holder, won last year in a 2:06.11, and he started this race in a fine fashion. He will turn first there. In second is Harry Heath, and third is Jake Ridley, as we see Felix Dressel de Bruin continue to extend this lead as we come down the first half of this backstroke.
Now, we saw that Felix last year, when he took out this race, did it in that 2:06.11. The Victorian record held by Victorian Olympian Brendan Smith in a 2:02.37. As we come into this halfway mark, it will be Callum Rossetto with the better of the backstrokes, turning in a 1:00.08, and Felix 1:00.36. Let's see how this second 100 plays out.
Yeah, looking at it was a very strong second 50 there from Rossetto, who has been able to keep in touch with De Bruin, but Dressel de Bruin is extending his lead back out here after that backstroke leg. Also coming up there is Harry Heath.
Yeah, Harry put together a stellar breaststroke leg earlier on today, and he's doing exactly that once again. He's right up alongside Callum Rossetto, maybe even just overtaking him throughout that last 15 metres. As we come into the turn, it will be Felix in the lead in a 1:36.72, ahead of Harry with Callum Rossetto in third, and that race for fourth and fifth pretty close between Jake Ridley and Benjamin Nolter.
Yeah, Rossetto came off really strongly off that turn to put some pressure back on Felix Dressel de Bruin. He's coming up on him, but Felix is still ahead as we come down to the back part of this race. Harry Heath looking really strong there, but it is going to be Felix Dressel de Bruin who goes back-to-back in this one, wins in a 2:07.4. Harry Heath finishing second in a 2:07.9, and then third, Callum Rossetto in a 2:10.17.
Announcing the medalists for event 47, the girls 17 to 18 200-metre individual medley. Winner of the bronze visitor medal from Swimming SA, Alinta Dingwall. Winner of the bronze Victorian medal from Surrey Park, Judy Hussein Iman. Winner of the silver visitor medal from Phoenix Aquatics New Zealand, Jasmine Lyles. Winner of the silver Victorian medal from Ballarat Gold, Claire Matheson. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 2:25.77 from Surrey Park, Farida Taha. Introducing time final number 1 of event 49, the girls 12 to 18 50-metre breaststroke multi-class. In lane 1 from Sale, Mackenzie Gibbs. In lane 2 from Essendon District, Abby Glarin. In lane 3 from Nunawading, Abigail Gabellini. In lane 4 from Northern Territory, Iko Buckland. In lane 5 from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Scarlett Morgan. In lane 6 from Northern Territory, Sarah Hancock. In lane 7 from South Gippsland, Zoe Cox.
Away and racing now in the 50-metre breaststroke for our multi-class girls here. It's a mixture of our 12 to 18-year-olds. We do separate into our different age categories for those medals, but we will be having to eagerly await some point scores for our classifications within this heat. We have some SB9 swimmers, SB19 athletes, SB14 and an SB6 swimmer. Coming through, looking very swift here in lane 4 is Iko Buckland. She's having a great swim here, not too far behind her, Scarlett Morgan. Hopefully a few of these girls can touch in a nice new personal best time as we keep an eye on the finish there. Iko 46.16, a nice over half-second drop and a big smile and celebration from her. It will be Scarlett who touches in second ahead of Abby Glarin as we move towards our second of the time finals for the girls tonight.
Announcing time final number 2 for event 49, the girls 12 to 18 50-metre breaststroke multi-class. In lane 0 from Bendigo Hawks, Adele York. In lane 1 from Western Aquatic, Al Feely. In lane 2 from Northern Territory, Shannon Gleeson. In lane 3 from Geelong Swimming Club, Meg Conheedy. In lane 4 from Ivanhoe Swim, Grace Ryder. In lane 5 from Swimming SA, Paige Duffy. In lane 6 from Swimming SA, Sophia Garboni. In lane 7 from South Esk Swimming Club, Kate Allison. In lane 8 from Geelong Swimming Club, Brianna Binns. And in lane 9 from Geelong Swimming Club, Evie Lee.
Now in the second of this timed finals for the 50-metre breaststroke from female to 12 to 18-year-old. As we said, there is different medals for different age groups, And this one will come down to the points to do with the classifications, but it is lane 4 there. Grace Ryder, who's had a really good start to this race. She's leading the way there. Next to her, Meg Conhetty and Paige Duffy on the other side are battling out for second, but Grace Ryder having a very strong swim here, extending her lead as she's coming in towards the wall. She is going to touch first there in a 38.43. Came in with a seeded time of 39.24, so a good drop there. Second was Paige Duffy, and then third was Meg Conhetty.
Announcing the medalists for event 48, the boys 17 to 18 200 metre individual medley. Winner of the bronze medal from D5, Callum Rosetto. Winner of the silver medal from Nunawading, Harry Heath. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 2:07.40 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Felix Dressel de Bruin. Introducing your time finalists for event 50, the boys 12 to 18 50 metre breaststroke multi-class. In lane 0 from Northern Territory, Fletcher Hewitt. In lane 1 from Geelong Swimming Club, Dane Hornsby. In lane 2 from South Gippsland, Levi Jarrett. In lane 3 from Yarra Plenty Waves, Cooper Harrington. In lane 4 from Northcote Swim Club, Miles Parfitt. In lane 5 from Camberwell Grammar Aquatic, Ming Zi Peng. In lane 6 from Northern Territory, Sean Dutch. In lane 7 from Warrnambool, Eli Kerr. And in lane 8 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Henry O'Brien.
Underway for the boys 12 to 18 50 metre breaststroke, just the one-time final for our boys this evening. It was a super fast and speedy first 25 through for Miles Parfitt in lane 4. He solidified that lead well and truly early on here, close between Ming Zi Peng and Sean Dutch in at lanes 5 and 6, with a nice little race going on between Levi Jarrett and Cooper Harrington. We do have to await those point scores. A few of these athletes swimming out of the same classifications. We do have to compare them in their age groups as well, though. Miles, 33.59, a little personal best for him, ahead of Ming Zi Peng in a 38.01, with Cooper Harrington onto the wall in third, under that 42nd mark at a 39.92.
Introducing the finalists for event 51, the girls 12-year-old 400 metre freestyle. In lane 0 from Yarra Plenty Waves, Lexi Tao. In lane 1 from Surrey Park, Mia Clements. In lane 2 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Cadence Power Kikika Lewis. In lane 3 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Mackenzie Wilson. In lane 4 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Mariella Simmons. In lane 5, from Burbank Aquastars, Isabel Thornborough. In lane 6, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Victoria Dang. In lane 7, from Laverton Wyndham Aquatics, Claire Danny. In lane 8, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Taylor Holt. And in lane 9, from Ivanhoe Swim, Alicia Scott. These are your finalists for event 51, the girls 12-year-old 400 metre freestyle.
now in the water for the longest event on tonight's card, and we will with the 400 metre freestyle for 12-year-old girls, and it's been a strong start there. Lane number 7 from Claire Danny, also looking good. There is Isabel Thornborough in lane number 5.
Yeah, so we did mention that today is Isabel's birthday. She had a great swim in the heats this morning to put herself right up in contention for a medal tonight, swimming out of lane 5. Our fastest qualifier in lane 4 was Mariella, so she had a really good drop this morning also. Those girls sitting around that 4:48 to 4:52 mark, all hovering around those low 4:50s.
Yeah, and some of these outside swimmers will be looking to try and get underneath that 5-minute mark, which would be a good start to this carnival. But it is lane number 5 there. The birthday girl there, Isabel Thornborough, leading the way as we come down towards the 100-metre mark. In lane number 4, Mirabella Simmons, and then Mackenzie Wilson in lane number 3, also having a good swim.
So similar pace to we saw the girls this morning. It was Isabel taking it out pretty quickly. She's turned in a 106.47. Mariella and Mackenzie not too far behind, both turning at the 107 mark. And already we're seeing that pretty clear inverted V shape throughout our race here in the 12-year-old girls 400 metre freestyle.
Yeah, it is that way with the 2 middle lanes now kicking away there. Mariella Simmons starting to come at Isabella Thornborough as we come down towards the 150 metre mark here. There's not much between them, and it's going to come down to the touch on the wall at this turn. As we turn here, it is Simmons who leads the way, just narrowly ahead of Thornborough.
Yeah, Mariella a little bit more consistent with those splits as we take a look at our board. She's gone a 36 on that 50, and the girls around her hit a 37. So if she can maintain that speed, it's probably going to look like she's taking away, but the other girls maybe just slightly dropping off pace. It's all about consistency in these longer distance races.
Yeah, and she's narrowly still leading Isabel Thornborough as we come down towards the halfway mark here. Thornborough looks like she's sped up as she's come into the wall, so she'll be looking to get a good turn here, but it's still Mariella Simmons leading the way in a 2:19.86 ahead of Thornborough in a 2:20.09.
We almost have 2 races kind of occurring out the front with our leaders. We've got those 2 golden lanes in the centre between Mariella and Isabel. They're almost stroke for stroke and really separating themselves from the rest of the field. The race for third, though, still going on between teammates from Melbourne Swimming Club, Mackenzie Wilson and Victoria Dang. Victoria's just creeping up a little bit each 50, closing the gap that was set early. We'll see what we can get from these girls throughout this third 100. Who's going to make that move first? Who's going to shift gears and try to pull away?
Yeah, and you mentioned that battle for third this morning. There was only 0.01 between the pair of them, so nothing difference between them coming into this race. But in front there, it is Mariella Simmons who has kicked away a little bit here from Isabel Thornborough, probably half a body length ahead now and starting to extend that lead as she comes down towards the last 100 metres.
Yeah, she's keeping beautiful length on her stroke. We spoke about that in her heat swim as well today. Holding good water, she'll turn in that first place spot with 100 metres left to swim. About a second now between her and Isabel Thornborough, who looks pretty comfortably in that second place spot. Race for third still going on. Mackenzie Wilson versus Victoria Dang. There's about half a second in that one and closing, so it's going to be a fight all the way through to the finish for the girls in this 400.
Yeah, it is. Isabel seems to get some speed off the turn, and then Mariella builds as the lap comes along here, and she's been able to extend that lead back out towards a body length here as she comes down to touch the wall for the last time here. She will touch in a 4:10.21. She's more than a second and a half here ahead of Isabel Thornborough, and that battle for third we were speaking about, it is Mackenzie Wilson narrowly ahead of Victoria Dang.
So we come down now to our final 50. Mariella has done the work. She really pushed out that lead, extended it in the third 100 and continues to power down this last lap. She's gone from a body length in front to almost 2, and she's not slowing down anytime soon. It will be Isabel Thornborough who touches in second, and it looks to me like Mackenzie Wilson will hang on for that bronze medal place. Last-ditch effort from Victoria isn't quite going to be enough, with those girls swimming a 4:49 and 4:50.
Introducing the finalists for event 52, the boys 12-year-old 400 metre freestyle. In lane 0 from Emmanuel, Jack Williams. In lane 1 from Doncaster Templestowe Swim Club, Ian Cho. In lane 2 from DVE Aquatic, Jason Wang. In lane 3 from Wodonga City Swimming, Billy Main. In lane 4 from Yarra Plenty Waves, Hong Yang Ku. In lane 5 from the Hobart Aquatic, Luca Mignonelli. In lane 6 from Westbourne Swim Club, Ethan Dennison. In lane 7 from Warragul, Logan Gibson. In lane 8 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Thomas Johnson. In lane 9 from Nunawading, Caleb Smith. These are your finalists for event 52, the boys 12-year-old 400 metre freestyle.
Underway now with the boys 12-year-old 400 metre freestyle. Quite the race we saw from the girls. Let's see what the guys can do. Just 1 second between our top 2 fastest qualifiers into this race. It is Hong Han Ku, also known to his teammates as Hope, swimming out of lane 4 from Yarra Plenty Waves, and our visitor Luca from Hobart, who looked to be setting the pace early on.
Yeah, it has been a strong start there with Hope leading the way there from Billy Main, who we've already seen claim a gold medal tonight there. So they've both started strongly there. Also looking really good is Ethan Dennison. But it is lane 3 and 4 there, Billy Main and Hope Q, who are leading the way here.
For this first 100, it's all about setting up your race and setting up the pace that you want to hold. You have that little bit of an advantage off the first 50 with the dive start, and as soon as you turn into this second 50, I should say, the first one from the push, that's the pace we want to be trying to hold from now on.
Yeah, as we see a strong turn there from the first 2 there. It is Hope still leading the way there from Billy Main. The battle for third is really on there. Lane 5, Luca, along with Ethan Dennison in lane 6, are putting together a good swim there and trying to keep in touch with those 2 leaders.
You get that little bit of an advantage if you can take it away quickly, maybe dishearten a few of the other boys in the race. If they can't see you, they're going to start looking to who's next to them, not necessarily out in front. So a nice position to be in for our leaders here at the 150 metre turn.
Yeah, as it's more than a second and a half between 1 and 2 at that turn. It is still Hope leading the way there from Billy Main. In third spot now, Luca has been able to break away from Ethan as we come down towards this back part of the race.
And once again, as we settle into this 400, it's looking like that top 4 are going to be the ones to beat for some medals here. We do have one visitor in the mix. Let's see if anyone can start to push throughout this third 100.
Yeah, as we see Luca, who is the visitor, starting to make his move on Billy Main. Hope is still there, leading out in front. That lead is nearly 3 seconds as he put his foot down on that 100 metres here. But that battle for second, and then obviously we've got that battle for that bronze medal as well.
So still maintaining those placings. Luca now looking a little bit more comfortable into that second place spot ahead of Billy, who's trying to hold on, and Ethan sitting just behind. But what a great swim this is shaping up to be from Hope in lane 4. He'll turn now at that 250 metre mark. A split there is the 36.76. So the momentum is really on Luca's side here. He's going to have the fastest split down that particular lap by about 0.2, and he'll be trying to chip away on each of these next 350s to close the gap set early on by Hope Good.
Yeah, and he's really broken away from Billy Main, so he's been able to kick away, and as you said, starting to come for Hope, and that lead is starting to decrease here as we come down to the 300 metre mark here. Hope will turn first in a 3:31.22, and now that lead is down to about 2.5 seconds there. So Luca again leading the way with that one, but it was a really strong turn from Hope to get a bit more space.
It's starting to get loud now on the pool deck. The team from Hobart really trying to cheer their teammate Luca along to close that gap fully. He was about 0.3 quicker on the previous 50. That means he's going to have to get the motors going if he wants to catch up with just about 55 metres left to swim. Those two comfortably out in the lead. Hope maintains that first place spot. That gap now only 1.3 seconds.
Yeah, it was a sensational lap there from Luca, who is going to continue to look to close that gap as we come down here in the last 50 metres. Hope has led, been out the front for most of this race, still out there, able to maintain his lead in the first part of this last 50 here, as we can see that crowd really getting into this one. But Hope is going to be able to do enough here to hold on to take the title. He will touch in a 4:41.80. Luca will finish in a 4:43.88. As we see the battle there for the minor medals, Billy Main will be the second Victorian to touch in a 4:51, and Ethan Dennison will get the bronze medal in a 4:52.8.
Announcing the medalists for event 49, the girls 12 to 18 50 metre breaststroke multi-class. The 12 to 13 age group. Winner of the bronze medal from Sale, Mackenzie Gibbs. Winner of the silver Victorian medal from Bendigo Hawks, Adele York. Winner of the silver visitor medal from South Est Swimming Club, Kate Allison. Winner of the gold visitor medal from Swimming SA in a time of 41.30, Paige Duffy. Winner of the Victorian gold medal in a time of 42.34 from Geelong Swimming Club, Brianna Binns. The 14 to 15-year-old age group. Winner of the bronze medal from Nunawading, Abigail Gabellini. Winner of the silver Victorian medal from Geelong Swimming Club, Evie Lee. Winner of the silver visitor medal from Swimming SA, Sophia Carboni. Winner of the gold visitor medal from Northern Territory in a time of 48.90, Sarah Hancock. Winner of the gold Victorian medal in a time of 43.30 from Western Aquatic Academy, Al Feely. The 16 to 18-year-old age group, winner of the bronze medal from Northern Territory, Iko Buckland. Winner of the silver medal from Geelong Swimming Club, Meg Conheedy. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 38.43 from Ivanhoe Swim, Grace Ryder. Announcing the medalists for event 50, the boys 12 to 18 50 metre breaststroke multi-class. The 12 to 13 age group, winner of the bronze medal from Melbourne Swimming Club, Henry O'Brien. Winner of the silver medal from Geelong Swimming Club, Dane Hornsby. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 42.45 from South Gippsland, Levi Jarrett. The 14 to 15-year-old age group, winner of the bronze medal from Warrnambool, Eli Kerr. Winner of the silver medal from Yarra Plenty Waves, Cooper Harrington. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 38.01 from Camberwell Grammar Aquatic, Mingzi Peng. The 16 to 18-year-old age group, winner of the silver medal from the Northern Territory, Sean Dutch. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 33.59 from Northcote Swim Club, Miles Parfitt. Introducing the finalists for event 53, the girls' 13-year-old 100-metre freestyle. In lane 0 from Surrey Park, Aria Wendt. In lane 1 from Caulfield Aquatics, Raina Schneiders. In lane 2 from Camberwell Grammar, Kira Stubbings. In lane 3 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Lucy Dolan. In lane 4 from Western Aquatic Academy, Amelia Broughton. In lane 5 from Nunawading, Jemana Farmi. In lane 6 from Parnell Swimming New Zealand, Indy Herbert. In lane 7 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Kimberly Chan. In lane 8 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Zoe Clemenson. And in lane 9 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Arabella Scott. These are your finalists for event 53, the girls' 13-year-old 100-metre freestyle.
Time for a little bit of splash and dash. It's the 100-metre freestyle for our 13-year-old girls. We saw 2 of them break the 1-minute barrier with a couple more sitting right around that. How many girls can we see under that 60-second mark? I want to see multiple 59s, maybe even a 58 on our screen tonight.
Let's hope so, and hope so for these girls here. And it's pretty even across the pool in this first 50 metres here as we come into the touch there. First was Lucy Dolan, one of those swimmers who just missed underneath a minute this morning. She leads the way there. Second was Kira Stubbins. Third was Amelia Broughton. As we see, still not much between them. Probably lane 4 there. Amelia Broughton with a slight lead here. Also looking good is lane 6, Indy Herbert, one of our visitors.
Yeah, Amelia just starting to charge through that pack of girls sitting in second place spot. Looks like maybe Lucy Dolan ahead of Jemana as we watch the finish there. There's my 58, Amelia. Thank you very much. 58.53 to take out the 13-year-olds ahead of Lucy Dolan. 59.51. Indy Herbert in the third medal position with Jemana third Victorian. 4 under the minute. Well done, girls.
Announcing the medalists for event 51, the girls' 12-year-old 400-metre freestyle. Winner of the bronze medal from Melbourne Swimming Club, Mackenzie Wilson. Winner of the silver medal from Furbank Aquastars, Isabel Thornborough. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 4:45.16 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Mariella Simmons. Announcing the medalists for event 52, the boys' 12-year-old 400-metre freestyle. Winner of the bronze medal from Westbourne Swim Club, Ethan Dennison. Winner of the silver visitor medal from the Hobart Aquatic Club, Luca Mignanelli. Winner of the silver Victorian medal from Wodonga City, Billy Main. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 4:41.80, Hong Han Q from Yellow Plenty Waves. Introducing the finalists for event 54, the boys' 13-year-old 100-metre freestyle. In lane 0 from Emmanuel, Blake Allen. In lane 1 from Surf Coast Swimming Club, Jack Hayes. In lane 2 from Nunawading, Lachlan Bull. In lane 3 from Nunawading, Lincoln Hall. In lane 4 from Surrey Park, Peter Kim. In lane 5 from Nunawading, Thomas Poppins. In lane 6 from Surrey Park, Evan Nyam. In lane 7 from Western Aquatic Academy, Ethan Carr. In lane 8 from Liz Van Well Aquatics, New Zealand, Fletcher Cummings. And in lane 9 from Wodonga City, Cooper Scott. These are your finalists for event 54, the boys 13-year-old 100-metre freestyle.
Now in the water for the boys 13-year-old 100-metre freestyle here. Seeing some of these swimmers we have seen already tonight back in the pool here. Lachlan Bull, one of them, has started well there. Also looking strong in lane number 4 is Peter Kim.
Yeah, it was Lincoln Hall, though, over in lane 3 who had the lead at that 25-metre mark. And what a stacked field we have in the boys. Nothing separating them on that turn. In fact, a couple of double-ups in time between lanes 4 and 5, both turning in that 27.77. All going to come down to this second 50. Doing well out in lane 8 is Fletcher Cummings. And here come the boys in the middle. They're still trying to chase down our swimmer over in lane 2 now, Lachlan Bull. He's charging down this final lap. He's just ahead of Thomas Poppins and onto the wall there, 55.98 for Lachlan Bull, ahead of Thomas, 56.78, and Peter Kim in the third, 56.94.
Announcing the medalists for event 53, the girls 13-year-old 100-metre freestyle. Winner of the bronze visitor medal from Parnell Swimming New Zealand, Indy Herbert. Winner of the bronze Victorian medal from Nunawading, Jemana Farmi. Winner of the silver medal from Melbourne Swimming Club, Lucy Dolan. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 58.53 from Western Aquatic Academy, Amelia Broughton. Introducing the finalists for event 55, the girls 14-year-old 50-metre butterfly. In lane 0 from MLC Aquatic, Abby Mesher. In lane 1 from Nunawading, Mia Huang. In lane 2 from Surrey Park, Sierra Kaufman. In lane 3 from Parnell Swimming New Zealand, Mackenzie Tobin. In lane 4 from Phoenix Aquatics New Zealand, Jade Lyles. In lane 5 from MLC Aquatic, Hei Ching Henrietta Wong. In lane 6 from MLC Aquatic, Zara Barr. In lane 7 from Essendon District, Megan Lee. In lane 8 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Taylor Miller. And in lane 9 from Melbourne Swimming, Audriana David. These are your finalists for event 55, the girls 14-year-old 50-metre butterfly.
Some long underwaters from our 14-year-old girls in the 50 butterfly. Henrietta Wong did well in the first 15. Here comes Jade Lyles, only qualifier under the 29-second barrier this morning. Once again, centre lanes where we want to keep our attention. Looks like Jade ahead now, narrowly over lanes 5 and 6. It will go to Jade Lyles. 28.47. Zara Barr sneaks on 3 100ths ahead of Henrietta to claim the gold for Victoria. Henrietta silver. And then our third place Victorian over in lane 2, Sierra Kaufman.
Announcing the medalists for event 54, the boys 13-year-old 100-metre freestyle. Winner of the bronze medal from Surrey Park, Peter Kim. Winner of the silver medal from Nunawading, Thomas Poppins. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 55.98 from Nunawading, Lachlan Bull. Introducing the finalists for event 56, the boys 14-year-old 50-metre butterfly. In lane 0 from Nunawading, Liam Joy. In lane 1 from Brighton Grammar, Aidan Tang. In lane 2 from Sale, Xavier Gray. In lane 3 from Nunawading, Hang Tang Wang. In lane 4 from Surrey Park, Ishaq Ismail. In lane 5 from Starplex, Ewan Stubbings. In lane 6 from Nunawading, Aidan Ramos. In lane 7 from Northern Territory, Cole Roberts. In lane 8 from Surrey Park, Lachlan Harris. And in lane 9 from Surrey Park, Christopher Lee. These are your finalists for event 56, the boys 14-year-old 50-metre butterfly.
In the water for the 50 butterfly here for the 14-year-old boys, and all the attention will be in the middle of the pool with Ishaq Ismail having broken the Victorian record this morning. He's now leading this race as well. Looking at that all-comers record, wasn't far off that as well. He's had a sensational first 25 metres. He's still looking strong here. Christopher Lee in lane 9 also having a good swim, but it is going to be Ishaq Ismail in a 25.87. Way faster than this morning. He went a 26.10, so went underneath that 26 mark. Second was Ewan Stubbings, one of our visitors. Third there, Hang Tang Wang, and then fourth, and we'll get the Victorian medal, Aidan Ramos.
Announcing the medalists for event 55, the girls 14-year-old 50-metre butterfly. Winner of the bronze medal from Surrey Park, Sierra Kaufman. Winner of the silver medal from MLC Aquatic, Hei Ching Henrietta Wang. Winner of the visitor gold medal in a time of 28.47 from Phoenix Aquatics New Zealand, Jade Lyles. And winner of the gold Victorian medal in a time of 28.72 from MLC, Zara Barr. Introducing the finalists for event 57, the girls 15-year-old 100-metre backstroke. In lane 0 from Ballarat, Hannah Buchanan. In lane 1 from Warrnambool, Sophie Ryan. In lane 2 from Swimming SA, Jasmine Linky. In lane 3 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Zara Olawani. In lane 4 from Nunawading, Kira Jeffs. In lane 5 from Furbank Aquastars, Phoebe Scarf. In lane 6 from Caulfield Aquatics, Georgie Skinner. In lane 7 from United Swimming Club New Zealand, Mila Tongalia. In lane 8 from Nunawading, Madison Brown. And in lane 9 from Nunawading, Lily Chan. These are your finalists for event 57, the girls 15-year-olds 100-metre backstroke.
In the water for the 100-metre backstroke for girls, 15-year-olds, and we've got everyone up and swimming. Been a strong start in lane number 7 there from one of our visitors in Millie Tongala. She had a very strong start there. Now starting to come up beside her in lane number 6 is Georgie Skinner, while lane number 4 there, Kira Jeffs, who we've seen a number of times tonight, has now taken the lead here. It's going to be Jeffs that leads as we come underneath the flags for the 50-metre mark here. She'll turn in a 31.90. The only swimmer underneath that, 32 seconds in the first 50 there. She's still leading the way, but it was a good turn there by Mila Tongala in lane number 7, but it is still Jeffs leading the way in the middle of the pool here. She's still with the lead coming into this back 25 metres here. That battle for second is heating up with Tongala. Georgie Skinner's also up there for second. Phoebe Scarf's another one, but it is going to be Kira Jeffs who takes that one out in a 1:05.67. In second spot there was Jasmine Link, one of the visitors. Third, another visitor in Millie Tongala. So Phoebe Scarf and Georgie Skinner will get the silver and the bronze of the Victorian medals.
Announcing the medalists for event 56, the boys 14-year-old 50-metre butterfly. Winner of the bronze medal from Nunawading, Aidan Ramos. Winner of the silver visitor medal from Starplex, Ewan Stubbings. Winner of the silver Victorian medal from Nunawading, Han Tang Wang. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 25.87 from Surrey Park, Ishak Ismail. Introducing your finalists for event 58, the boys 15-year-old 100-metre backstroke. In lane 0 from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Kaylin Theodore. In lane 1 from MLC, Alfred Hahn. In lane 2 from Fairbank Aquastars, Angus Yule. In lane 3 from Ballarat Gold, Oliver Calio. In lane 4 from Emmanuel, Isaac Allen. In lane 5 from Camberwell Grammar, Liam Paulson. In lane 6 from Ivanhoe Swim, Campbell Mills. In lane 7 from Ivanhoe Swim, Kaisei Kojima. In lane 8 from PLC Aquatic, Jack Trinides. In lane 9 from Nunna Cheltenham Swimming Club, Daniel Vinci. These are your finalists for event 58, the boys 15-year-old 100-metre backstroke.
Now it's the boys' turn in the 100-metre backstroke for the 15-year-olds here. And it was a good start there from lane number 7 from Kajima, who we've seen in the pool already. But it's lane number 4 that will be leading the way. Our visitor, Isaac Allen, has had a really good swim for this first 25 metres. Not much between the rest of the guys beside him there. Liam Paulson and Campbell Mills also had good swims. And coming up now is Oliver Kaleo. As we turn here, it was Isaac Allen who was leading the way there. He's in front of Liam Paulson. and Oliver Kaleo in third spot here. So it is the visitor, Isaac Allen, still leading the way here. On either side of him, he has got Kaleo and Paulson starting to come. It's now Paulson making the big moves. It's Paulson and Allen as we come up towards the flags here. Paulson, Allen, who's going to get the touch here? And getting the touch there was Isaac Allen, who led for most of that race in a 58.72. Liam Paulson will get the Victorian gold medal there. Oliver Kaleo in third spot, so we'll get the Victorian silver medal. And Campbell Mills there will get the bronze medal for the Victorians.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you please put your hands together for our 15-year-old 100-metre backstroke champion, Kira Jeffs. Kira, you've had quite the year this year, a stellar performance at our Australian Age Championships back in April, and a little bit of a roller coaster since then. I have heard you've just returned from about 4 weeks on a really light load through training through injury. Talk us through coming into race off the back of that.
I normally put a lot of pressure on myself, so I've just tried to come in here, have a bit of fun. Obviously not what I wanted to do tonight, but yeah, can't be too mad, I guess.
Yeah, I certainly don't think you can be upset about another gold medal in your back pocket. You do have quite a heavy program still, and I was just chatting to you about how there's no holding back. It doesn't matter, injury or not, we're still racing all 10 events. How do you reset and prepare for the next one?
I think you just got to take it race by race. If you look at it at a whole, it stressed me out, so it's just focusing on race by race, day by day, and getting through it.
Now, do you have any advice for some of the athletes? You said you've put quite a bit of pressure on yourself in the past. What kind of things have you implemented to reduce that pressure, reduce that stress, and come in feeling more relaxed?
Knowing that I've put in a big block of training helps to relax myself and, just focusing on myself, not what the time's going to be or who I'm racing, just keeping my focus on myself.
I love to hear it from you. Well done. Congratulations on another fantastic swim and a gold medal in your 100-metre backstroke. Best of luck for the rest of your races, Kira.
Thank you.
Announcing the medalists for event 57, the girls' 15-year-old 100-metre backstroke. Winner of the bronze medal from Corfoot Aquatics, Georgie Skinner. Winner of the silver visitor medal from Swimming SA, Jasmine Linky. Winner of the Victorian silver medal from Fairbank Aquastars, Phoebe Scarf. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 1:05.67, Kira Jeffs. Introducing the finalists for event 59, the girls' 16-year-old 200-metre backstroke. In lane 0 from Laverton Wyndham, Madison Baker. In lane 1 from Bendigo East, Zara Reynolds. In lane 2 from Nunawading, Lucy Doyle. In lane 3 from Nunawading, Jessie Steinman. In lane 4 from Swimming SA, Allegra Crean. In lane 5 from Hamilton Aquatics New Zealand, Paige Stringer. In lane 6 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Grace Doby. In lane 7 from Ivanhoe Swim, Emerson Hogan. In lane 8 from Nunawading, Eloise Ravensdale. And in lane 9 from Continua Piranhas Swim Club, Emma Grave. These are your finalists for event 59, the girls' 16-year-old 200-metre backstroke.
Underwater now with the girls' 16-year-old 200-metre backstroke, the longest of our backstroke events on the program. Out and away very fast over in lane 3 is Jessie Steinman. This was the race that I was looking forward to after this morning's heats. Jessie really focused on her turns and underwaters, hitting 8 kicks off every wall. We just had a bit of a quick discussion about it before this race. The focus has shifted a little bit as we come into the final, so she'll be looking at going a little bit heavier on the legs in the swim portion of the race and maybe not necessarily holding quite as many kicks off the wall. So those race plans are certainly going to be playing out in front of us tonight.
Yeah, and so far should be happy with how it is going, leading after that first 50 metres there. Zara Reynolds having a good swim out in lane 2, but starting to come through now is Paige Stringer, one of our 2 visitors in the middle of the pool with Allegra Crean, who have both had good swims so far, but it is Jessie Steinman who is leading the way in this race, and her lead's out nearly probably 3 body lengths as she's coming to turn at the halfway mark.
So Jessie will go around in a 106.53 ahead of Paige, 109.32. And Zara still sitting in that third place spot there, turning in a 110.57. The girls sitting in those second and third spots, still looking fairly comfortable through that second 50. So hopefully this is where we'll start to see them lift. We want to see an increase in the kick throughout this lap and that maintaining of the stroke rate. We don't want it to drop off too much here.
Yeah, if anything, the lead's probably decreased slightly, but Steinman's had such a good lead after that first 100 metres that it is still significant. She turns here at the 150 mark in a 142.50. She is 3 seconds ahead of a Paige Stringer there, and we'll have the battle on. Obviously, second and third are both visitors, so the swimmers that come fourth and fifth here are important in this one in terms of the Victorian medals here, but it is still Jessie Steinman leading the way. Then that battle for seconds there is between Stringer and Crean. Then we're coming up in lane number 6, Grace Dobby is coming up as that second Victorian.
As we come down under the flags now with Jessie Steinman, she's done the work. She's led start to finish. The time 2:17.68. It was very close onto the wall between Allegra and Paige, with Allegra taking out that silver medal, 2:20.87 ahead of Paige Stringer, 2:21.22. Finishing off as second Victorian, Grace Dobie, 2:25.97, just ahead of Eloise Ravensdale out in lane 8, who sneaks in for a bronze medal.
Announcing the medalists for event 58, the boys 15-year-old 100-metre backstroke. Winner of the bronze medal from Ivanhoe Swim, Campbell Mills. Winner of the silver medal from Ballarat Gold, Oliver Calio. And winner of the gold visitor medal from Emmanuel, Isaac Allen. And winner of the gold Victorian medal from Camberwell Grammar Aquatic in a time of 59.03, Liam Paulson. Introducing the finalists for event 60, the boys 16-year-old 200-metre backstroke. In lane 0 from Ballarat Gold, Miller Stott. In lane 1 from Nunawading, Will Frame. In lane 2 from Tiger Sharks, Ben Merrilees. In lane 3 from Terrelgan, Zayden Burton. In lane 4 from Swimming SA, Oscar Dingwall. In lane 5 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Luca Brown. In lane 6 from MLC Aquatic, Samuel Mills. In lane 7 from Emmanuel, Owen Birchenough. In lane 8 from Yarra Plenty, Sam Hartley. And in lane 9 from Terrelgan, Brody Cargill. These are your finalists for event 60, the boys 16-year-old 200-metre backstroke.
Now in the water for the boys, 200 metres backstroke for the 16-year-olds here. It's fairly even starts, probably lane 4 there. Oscar Dingwall, one of the visitors who's had a good night, who is leading the way. Lane 7 there, another one, Owen Birchenough, has also had a good start in this first 50.
Yeah, so coming into this race, there wasn't a lot separating our swimmers to make this final. Onto that first 50-metre turn, it will be Luca Brown who gets his feet on in a 30.31 ahead of Zayden Burton, 30.67. And then it will be Ben Merrilees who turns in third, 30.76.
Yeah, Luca Brown had a really good back after that first 50 metres and able to use that momentum now coming down this second lap. Leading the way, probably extending his lead a little bit. Then there's not much. Probably lane 2 and 3. Ben Merrilees and Zayden Burton are now coming up in second and third spot.
Yeah, the boys in lanes 2 and 3, not a lot separating those guys. It is still Luca Brown well and truly out in front. He's almost got a body length, and he's going to try and pull away down this third 50 as much as he can. Still a tight race for second between Zayden, Ben and Samuel Mills, as well as Owen Birchenough. So those 4 athletes all pretty close here.
Yeah.
See what happens down the final lap.
Yeah, interesting seeing Oscar Dingwall sitting down in the back of the pack. Was the fastest qualifier. Not much between him and Luca this morning here as we see Luca turn for that last 50 metres there. He does have a 1.5 second lead there on Zayden Burton and Ben Merrilees in third spot.
So we travel now down the final 50. Luca Brown maintaining that lead, but Zayden Burton starting to lift here. He's closed that gap pretty substantially. The crowd's starting to get a little bit noisy. Looks like Luca might be able to hold on. It's Ben Merrilees in the third now, just ahead of Sammy Mills. They're going to be tied onto the wall, but your winner will be Luca Brown, 2:10.31, ahead of Zayden Burton, 2:10.79. And Samuel Mills finishes off with the bronze medal there, 2:14.37.
Announcing the medalists for event 59, the girls' 16-year-old 200-metre backstroke. Winner of the bronze medal from Nunawading, Eloise Ravensdale. Winner of the silver visitor medal from Swimming SA, Allegra Cream. Winner of the silver Victorian medal from Melbourne Swimming Club, Grace Doby. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 2:17.68 from Nunawading, Jessie Steinman. Introducing the finalists for event 61, the girls 17 to 18 50-metre breaststroke. In lane 0 from Geelong, Ellie Morgan. In lane 1 from South Gippsland, Rani Matheson. In lane 2 from Surrey Park, Farida Taha. In lane 3 from UCC Phoenix, Madeline Yu. In lane 4 from Swimming SA, Claire Borgmeyer. In lane 5 from Ballarat Gold, Zoe Schneider. In lane 6 from Surrey Park, Yuji Liu. In lane 7 from Surrey Park, Natasha Coleman. In lane 8 from DVE Aquatic, Eliza Connolly. And in lane 9 from Warragul, Genevieve Dennis. These are your finalists for event 61, the girls 17 to 18 50-metre breaststroke.
in the water for the last female race of the night. We've got the 50-metre breaststroke for 17 to 18-year-old females, as we can hear the Ballarat crowd here getting behind Zoe Schneider in lane number 5. But it is our visitor, Claire Borgmeyer, who is leading the way down the first 25. The crowd is now coming at her. It is still Borgmeyer coming home strong is Schneider. Also in lane 6, Lou has had a good back 25 metres there, but it is the visitor in Claire Borgmeyer who will touch first. Zoe Schneider will take the Victorian title after touching second. Lou finished in third, so we'll get the silver, and Mattioli, you, another visitor, finished in third. So then 5th spot, Farida Taha will get the 3rd medal of the Victorians.
Announcing the medalists for event 60, the boys 16-year-old 200-metre backstroke. Winner of the bronze medal from MLC Aquatic, Samuel Mills. Winner of the silver medal from Terrelgan, Zayden Burton. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 2:10.31 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Luca Brown. Introducing the finalists for event 62, the boys 17 to 18 50-metre breaststroke. In lane 0 from Melton, Mitchell Davies. In lane 1 from D5, Callum Rosetto. In lane 2 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Max Hussey. In lane 3 from Terrelgan, Ashley Nichols. In lane 4 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Felix Dressel de Bruin. In lane 5 from Caulfield Aquatics, Nicholas Stupas. In lane 6 from Nunawading, Harry Heath. In lane 7 from Nunawading, Andre Tallarico. In lane 8 from Nunawading, Alfie Graves. And in lane 9 from Camberwell Grammar, Jack Gonzalez. These are your finalists for event 62, the boys 17 to 18 50-metre breaststroke.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's our final event on our program this evening. 17-18 boys 50-metre freestyle. Felix Dressel de Bruin fast off the blocks, 0.56 reaction, the quickest in the pool, and he was up and racing fast as well. He's already out half a body length ahead of Nicholas Stupas and Ashley Nichols. They're sitting in second, third. Pretty comfortable for our medals as we come down under the flags. It's all about timing that finish. It will be Felix 28.60 ahead of Nick Stupas 29.09 and Ash Nichols 29.35 to finish off tonight's program.
Announcing the medalists for event 61, the girls 17 to 18 50-metre breaststroke. Winner of the bronze medal from Surrey Park, Farida Taha. Winner of the silver medal from Surrey Park, Yuji Liu. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 33.60 from Ballarat Gold, Zoe Schneider. And winner of the gold visitor medal in a time of 33.12 from Swimming SA, Claire Borgmeyer. Announcing the medalists for event 62, the boys 17 to 18 50-metre breaststroke. Winner of the bronze medal from Terrelgan, Ashley Nichols. Winner of the silver medal from Caulfield Aquatics, Nicholas Stupas. And winner of the gold medal in a time of 28.60 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Felix Dressel de Bruin.
And that concludes our program for session 3, the finals of our 2025-26 Mattioli Victorian Age Long Course Championships. Thank you so much for joining us, whether it be in person or online via KO Freebies or our Swimming Victoria YouTube. We look forward to welcoming you back tomorrow morning for our next heat session. See you there.